Oh, there we go. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Ready Steady Play. And it's another session of our late night Euro games. But this time I'm not alone. I'm joined by Jonathan from the Hexy Beast. Here he is. Where is he? There we go. Beep. Hey Jonathan, how you doing?
I'm doing great this evening. It's a bit late, but I don't really mind. I've had plenty of bean juice to get going. Nice bit of coffee. I generally kind of tweaking here.
Yeah, fueled by the caffeine. It's the only way we cope. It's the most important board game component in my collection.
Any excuse to plug as well, Nate. You just take a sip.
Yes, the branded mugs. It's it's the only thing I've ever put the branding on because it's the most essential.
And as you can see, I'm in a void with my logo, which is
You live in a board game media content creation void.
Yeah.
Where you're completely isolated from the current situation. It's a good way to be.
It's good.
So we've convened this evening. We were supposed to have Chris with us as well, but unfortunately Chris was working very, very hard, and he was not up to building a steel industry during the industrialization of North America period, and whatever else we're doing in Carnegie.
The one that begins with a C.
So it's just going to be me versus Jonathan. I'm hoping this will give me an advantage because, Jonathan, your channel is known for solo gaming and you're a solo gamer primarily. Isn't that right?
So you just got to be smarter than a deck of cards then, basically.
Uh-oh. That might actually be quite difficult for me, but we'll see. We'll see. I have good days, occasionally.
It's the first time I think we've ever actually played against each other as opposed to cooperative with anything as well. It should be interesting.
That's right. Those of you who were keen viewers or eagle-eyed or paying attention to the details will note that Jonathan and I played on Paul Grogan's Pathfinder series on gaming rules. Something which we'd like to get back to, but unfortunately...
schedules and stuff in it, really.
Schedules and stuff, yeah. Paul's a busy man in high demand.
Yes.
Naturally so. He's obviously got those excellent rules videos to make. And believe me, I know how much work that is. And Margaret says, is it Jonathan's birthday today? It was yesterday. But it's not too late to say happy birthday, Jonathan.
Well, thank you. I'm a third of a century old today. Well, yesterday. Well, technically in May. But, you know, if we're going to go, like, really technically how old I am, I'll let you work out.
You're only as old as you feel, right?
Mm-hmm. So about 5 or 6, probably.
And I'm 4.
Yay! Playtime.
Playtime, game time. God, I've lost my. I was just going to put on some of that nice soft piano music I use for these late night Euros, and I can't find it.
You're a random thud on the microphone. That's because I've fallen asleep midstream and headbutted it.
I'm hoping this game won't have that much downtime, but we'll find out.
That's all right. Bean juice keeps us going.
The bean juice will keep us in it.
That's the
Here
one.
we go. And so for those of you, what we can do actually is we can bring up the BGA screen here. Hopefully this will show the game. But we can also see here that everything is set up. So for those of you that are unfamiliar with this game at all, it's currently on Kickstarter, which is why I'm playing it, because I don't know if I want to back it yet. I've played a lot of Xavier Georges' other games, and... oh god, I'm just looking at the stream here. Let me just check this out. Oh, it's fine. Okay. I played a bunch of his other games. I say a bunch. Actually, that's a complete lie. I just lied. I've played Carson City, which I really like. And I've learned, because I've sort of figured out the rules to this game, you know, well enough that we can stream it and talk about it at least, that it's nothing like Carson City.
Definitely
BGA is going to hold our hands and walk us through this very gently, yeah. But Jonathan, you've played Black Angel and Troy,
yeah. To be honest, from I did have a quick scan of the rulebook before we got started and everything, and there's a lot of similarities with Black Angel. You can definitely see some things, sort of like that timeline board over there. It slots together very similar to the map board.
And, I have a close-up of that somewhere. Is it this one? There it is.
Yes. Like that thing. That's sort of very reminiscent of the way it slots together and randomizes in the same way the map does in Black Angel. But it seems to have all the actions and stuff for what each thing does mixed up. So I'm pretty much going into this just as blind as you, really.
That's a relief. Oh, you can see that. So Jay Juka in chat says, "I backed this after the Kickstarter live stream. Looks great to me." I this if I wasn't currently in the process of backing so many Kickstarters this month, this would be pretty much a no-brainer to me. Having said that, I've already backed a ton of Kickstarter. I also talked on the other live stream about how I accidentally backed Primal.
So, accidentally.
Yeah, I backed the early bird discounted one with the intention of researching and then canceling if I didn't want it. I never actually truly made up my mind about it. I was pretty much dead set I was going to cancel it. And then Jeremy Howard ambushed our live stream and was talking about how much he liked it. I still don't know whether... I did look through the rulebook, and I'm still kind of 50-50 on it. So I don't know yet whether or not... I mean, I think the only reason I'm not regretting it is because whatever happens, I think it'll be fun to play on stream on the channel.
For me,
so,
I'll get it's one of those things that I think I'm going to wait until I see what the Monster Hunter game looks like before I decide if I'm interested, if that makes sense.
No,
I'm a big Monster Hunter fan. Yeah, but that's the problem. That's why I'm waiting to find out.
Yeah, I mean, Steamforged Guild Ball is really good. People like Guild Ball. I don't think people are particularly big into God Tears, but that's their own one, isn't it? But those are their more hobby games, like sort of collectible games. Whereas their actual board games, they haven't really done one that I've played where I've been like, this is just great.
I didn't enjoy Ni no Kuni 2 that much. Resident Evil 2 was better, but had its problems. I played a couple. But you know.
Yeah, me too. I mean, like I played a lot of Dark Souls. I've played some Resident Evil 2, and I think actually I think that might be it. I'm sure there was another one, but we did quite a lot of in-depth looking into of Bard's Song, and I actually had a good look at Horizon when that was on as well, and I just was not very.
I wasn't interested in Horizon. The board
I was
layout,
interested in the game, but
the board layout in Monster Hunter looks very similar to the Bloodborne game. Like the way it uses circles to represent the spaces and stuff, like the way it's sort of set out. But yeah, that's SFG.
Oh yeah, I noticed that actually. Yeah, but the thing is as well, like one of the things that always makes me twitch when I look at their games is they never credit designers at all.
It's all about the IP.
Yeah, so I don't know if they don't. I don't think that like it's to focus in on the IP, but I just think that they've probably got some in-house team that work on all of them. Which is fine. Like that's a fine approach. Simon do the same thing. Obviously, they had name designers, but they also put the names of their in-house team on the boxes, right?
Yeah, which makes sense. Same with Fantasy Flight in it. Like you've got Nicky Valens and all that.
I can't think of a good reason to conceal the names of the designers.
No, not at all.
But with that in mind, let's talk a bit about Carnegie. What I'll do is I'll give you guys a really unhelpful overview of how this works, and at least what we sort of understand about it, and then Jonathan and I will just start playing. So the game is already set up for us, fortunately, for the 2-player game, and you'll notice that in the 2-player game here we've got some third-player color markers here on the board that have blocked off some spaces already. So, I mean, you can see here that there's I guess we each have a player board, which is Jonathan's let me go back to the thing. Here we go. So that's Jonathan's company in the bottom right there, and my company in the top left. So I'm blue and he's yellow. We've got the timeline. We've got a marketplace of companies in the middle there, or not companies, departments that will add to our personal company boards. And then in the top right as well, we've got the main game board. And in the very top right, we've got our currencies and our victory points. And Jonathan is first player, so that's... But sorry, I was just reading comments. I got completely distracted there. Eddie, do you mean Steamforged games? I was like, who's Ironforge Games? But yeah, they'd have to do a game that everyone agrees is awesome for me to want to back another one of their games. Just because there's so many choices, you know. Why would I get involved in something like that?
It's just very
There's so
hit and
many things
miss.
out there.
My experience with SFG has always been hit and miss. Like some games I really like, and some games I don't like very much. You know.
But I think it's the same with Simon to an extent, where like some of them are great and some of them are kind of just okay or not that great. But what I find about Simon is I can usually look at it and read the rule book and get a sense of whether I think it's going to be one of the really good ones. Whereas with Steamforged, I find it really hard to tell. Most of the time, I'm just left thinking this is probably not going to be that good.
It's things like the mini quality as well, isn't it? Really.
I mean, that's never particularly bothered me. I like Mansions of Madness, second edition.
I could show you some pictures of Resident Evil 2 that would make you think otherwise.
Oh God. Yeah, I didn't go very far into Resident Evil 2. I don't think. I had gotten some stuff, but like I said, I've sold it all. I don't know. Chris has still got his copy though, so we could potentially play it again on the channel.
It's basically like my whole like liquor mini has got like a sort of mohawk around its edge. But, like his fingers are like got little flat bits and all. That's weird. Anyway.
Back to this. So the main game board here, we've got, because we're playing a 2-player game, we got some black tokens here that are representing a phantom third player, just blocking off some spaces. But essentially what we're doing is we're trying to sort of recreate this theme of Carnegie building up, who's a Scottish industrialist who became a millionaire back in the time period this is set in, which is, I think, directly post-colonial. And he was a philanthropist as well, so he invested in a lot of social projects. And so that's essentially been translated into a Euro game where we're really just kind of optimizing action placement. We're getting new action spaces and we're managing resources. That seems to be about it, really, towards these end game scoring conditions. And it looks to me like there's 4 or 5 main. It looks to be almost all end game points, isn't that right, Jonathan?
It seems that way. It does seem like everything is basically scored at the end. I know when I tried my little bit of a solo game yesterday, I had 0 points until the scoring phase. So,
so you can see on the board, all dotted all over the place. But if we go back to the main board here, you can see that under each of the houses there are little green. Under each of the houses, wow! On each space, there's a little blue indicator, and that is the blue indicator for victory points. You can also see it up here by our names in the BGA implementation, and that's going to give you endgame scoring. So the endgame scoring in the game comes from, on this board at least, comes from building up routes between linked cities. So these are the main cities in America. So you've got the 4 most important as determined by Xavier Georges. New York, Chicago, New Orleans, and San Francisco, and they've got link points on them. And so whenever you link one of these cities into a network of your own colored tokens, you will gain the number of link points equal to the cities you have linked up. So potential for 5 with at least 2 to gain any points at all. And then you'll cross-reference it with this grid up here. So you can see in a little example here of, I don't know if actually maybe our heads are blocking that, but yeah, you can see here that this is an endgame state where they're showing an example of linked cities. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at what you've linked up. So if you've linked Chicago to New York, you've got 2 link points. And then we've also got tracks where we can improve the transport in those regions. And what we want to do is make sure we have good improved transport links on our link. So we're going to put them into this little chart up here in the top right and cross-reference the number of linked cities we've got with the number of transport level to gain an endgame bonus. And if that all sounds a bit
or something like that,
don't worry, it'll all make sense in the end. But so there's a sort of a route building element to this board, but you're trying to balance that route building agenda with the social enterprises. This seems to be the other main way to gain victory points. In fact, probably more predominant than the other one. And these black tokens on these have actually been laid out randomly. So these will be blocked off in a 2-player game. These will be blocked off at random, so you don't know which ones are going to be available and which ones aren't. But each one of these 5 spaces on each social enterprise board represents a different endgame scoring condition. So you can see this top spot on welfare is simply 7 points in the endgame. So if you grab that, you'll get 7 points. And we can put our discs out here to sort of claim these. This one's going to give you 4 points for every one of your discs you've put into a city onto a pink public infrastructure space. So we're going to be when I talked about building into cities to add them to your network, you're going to take your colored discs from your company, which is over here. You can see my company over there, and we're going to actually build them into spaces in the cities, covering up the different facilities that are available to build in the city. And there's, I think, 4 different kinds. There's pink public infrastructure, yellow industry, green housing, and blue commerce. And as we cover those up, we will unlock that iconography to add to our endgame scoring conditions. For mostly, these are on the human rights board here. There's human rights, there's welfare, there's health, and I think this is education. There we go. So that's the second way to get points, is to secure these endgame scoring conditions and then fulfill them. But we've also got points here on our player boards as well. If you have a look at my player board here, you can see that we can build additional departments. So we start with 5 departments here centered around our lobby, and we're going to be playing a sort of a mini game almost, where we get our meeples and we send them around the company using our human resources function, and we're going to send them into these different departments in our company, which then unlock unique actions for us to take by activating the meeples in those departments. But we can also build additional departments, which we're going to draft from the available departments in the marketplace here into our company here. And as we cover up these spaces, we're going to get points based on what floor those departments are on. So you can see the bottom and first floor are both worth 2 points, and the third and fourth floor are worth 2 and 3 points. So
also worth noting that some of them have 2 tiles in them and some of them only have 1. So
exactly right. So yeah, this little marketplace here has been randomized as well. So you can see some of these are actually unavailable, and some have 2 tiles that'll... The bottom one's a surprise, right, Jonathan?
Yeah, we're just gonna pretend. I guess it's our surprise.
Well, once someone buys the top one, we'll reveal the bottom one and see what it is.
It might even be the same. To be honest, I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think it's the same, because I don't think so. But we'll find out.
We'll find out soon enough.
I'm also wondering what the distinction is between these blue ones on the far right and the beige ones on the left are. I don't actually know, but I'm sure it's possibly... we'll find out in due course.
I think they're like extra actual like starting departments based on what they do, but I'm not sure. So like one's an extra lobby, one's a property management space, which is like construction space. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. We've also got along the each level of our player board here these project tabs, which pop out. So I'll show you guys this one at the top here. I think that's probably the easiest for you to see. And we can develop these project tabs by spending study points, which we gain from our research department. So we're going to activate the research department and then use those to expand these. I gotta confess, I'm not entirely sure how these work. but
I know that the more of them I have, there's like more 50p's at the bottom end of them than there is at the top end of them. So I'm going for more 50p's, you know? Points. VP's, not 50p's. VP's.
It does look like a 50p though.
I'm just pretending.
So if you're British, you'll get that joke, and everyone else will be like, what are they talking about?
It's 50p.
It's money. We're talking about British money.
Oh boy, you got 50p?
We also need to have these little tokens here in these different areas to put them out. So if I want to actually get involved in a infrastructure project here on the main game board, for example, this one in Pittsburgh, if I want to build in that industry project site, I actually have to have a token here in the industry project tab on my player board. I actually start with one, but I don't know how we get more there. So that's something Jonathan and I will discover as we play as well.
We shall figure it out.
But we'll go through a whole round once we do the first round, but there's 20 rounds, then the game will end and we'll do final scoring. And at the beginning of the game, we're going to take some special sort of one-off steps where we will move our starting 5 meeples around our player board, and we will get to invest in one project on the main game board, and also we will... What's the last thing we do? Maybe that's it, actually. That might be it.
Maybe. Maybe.
Difter said something, and then retracted it.
I just looked over to the chat, and then I lost it, yeah.
I don't know what Difter took away, but that's no worries, man.
It's okay. Let's not worry our little heads about it.
There's a little reminder of the end game scoring here as well at the bottom of the main game board, so we just zoom in on that for a minute. And I'll never know. It's a secret, though. The funny thing is, that stuff doesn't really bother me, but it drives Michael insane. I feel like, you'll never know! It's like, no, I have to know! So you can see here, you're going to get like 3 points for unused action choices. You're going to get a point for every employee who's active. You're going to get 2 or 3 points for the departments, as we discussed. This is a number of points based on how far towards the final step of your project tab you've gone. These are the links again, connections between major cities. Over here we've got the points for each project building. These are the points here on the game board, so you can see like that's 2 points for everyone you got in Pittsburgh, for example. And then over here you've got this is the same thing. End game scoring and unused action choices worth 3 VP. Not 100% sure what that means, but we'll discover in due course.
Yes.
Fortunately, Jonathan and I are rather equally clueless. So it's said to me that I've got to start by building a project in a housing.
Yes.
In
a
housing
medium
project.
or major city.
Yeah, so I don't know why I'm being forced to do a housing project first, but that's fine.
I think it's part of setup. It's just
but
like
I don't know why
spot.
I can't do currency or industry, but
it's because I think the income phase has something to do where our starting phases are.
I don't know. Maybe I have to take it from the bottom of the 4 projects. In any case, I think I'm going to go here into Denver because
just build your house, Mike.
Build my house. I'm in Denver now, baby.
Okay. Oh, it's my turn. Right. I must build a house now.
Yeah,
I'm going to Chicago. Going to Chicago.
Chicago, eh?
Chicago. And now I got to do my movement. Okay. So I don't know if you can actually see what I'm doing on your end while I'm doing this.
I don't know, actually. Probably not. It'll probably just show me. But we're all staring at your board now.
Okay. So is anything happening? Because I am placing workers.
No.
Okay, so you're going to have to wait for my turn to happen, by the looks of it.
Yeah. We're holding our breath. We're very excited.
Ooh, what should I do? Where should I go?
Yeah, there's definitely like a hugely important mini game here that I don't really understand. Oh, it's worth pointing out while Jonathan's just making that decision that if you do look over here at the action timeline, the 4 rows represent the 20 rounds that we're going to go through. And they're linked to the departments on our player boards. Mm-hmm. So we'll look at how this works in more detail in a minute. But the important thing is that these are also randomized. So the placement of them, which row they're in, the ones you use will be randomized during the game. And so,
I did. Sorry.
Oh yeah, go ahead. No, I was just going to say, there's probably a strategy, right, to looking at the randomization of the timeline and picking your opening moves. But I figured it out.
I've put 2 meeples into my commerce and finance, another 2 meeples into strategic planning, and I think that's all I moved about, so I'm going to confirm that for you. Then I have to activate 2 of them, and I'm going to activate the 2 in... I have to read the thing. In commerce and finance. I'm only going to activate those 2 because I don't really need the other 2 yet. And now it's up to you to make your movement where you can actually explain the meeples.
Grand. So if we go back up here to my board, we'll go and have a look at what I'm doing. So if I click on the lobby here, you'll see that I'm then given an orthogonal cost to move the meeples around. So it's 1 per space. I can only move orthogonally. And I mean, I can move diagonally, but it costs extra, right? Because I'm moving basically orthogonally twice.
Yes.
And so I'm trying to. I can see what Jonathan's done. There might be a competitive edge to me to go into the same departments that he's used because now I know he wants to activate those departments, and so. And so if I think he's going to activate those departments first, if I'm there, I'll be able to get more out of it. There's definitely a competitive element where, if you're activating a lot of departments that your opponent doesn't have meeples in or that doesn't really want to activate, then, you're going to have an advantage. And I guess that's something to think about. I also think that Jonathan did just pick the best ones to start with because the...
Wow.
Well, the Commerce and Finance department is a great way to get resources early on.
Yeah,
and
I'm hoping I don't need to spend money on buildings later, was my plan with that one.
Yeah, exactly. This will help you get more actions out, and at the start of the game, presumably that's a good thing. Although I know we also get income from the main game board, too.
Plus, I want to, get some of those charitable projects away from you before you have a chance to take some of the good ones.
Yeah, well, exactly. And so actually... God, I can't just copy exactly what you did. So I guess I'll send a person up here, and we'll send a person up here. I don't really... This one gets you the study points, which you can use to spend to improve your projects. I don't really understand this, so I guess I'll send a person over there so we can learn about it.
Yes, this is a learning game. I think we need to mention that. Pretty much.
No, Jonathan and I are tactical geniuses.
Yes. So if either of us win, we're geniuses, and we're not so bad about if either of us lose. So,
Okay, so shall I activate all of these people? It will cost 5 of my $12. Is that a good thing? I don't know, but employees are either active or inactive. Active ones are standing up, and inactive ones are lying down, so that's cool. There we go. Bing! They all stood up.
Yay, now I get to choose an action, and now I could... Actually, I'm going to do what you expected I was going to do.
Just to go into the management track.
You should see on the timeline at this point, maybe. I'm not sure if it's updating as I go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I may now make a donation of $5, which I'm going to put here. Which will be... Think. Thanks for 7
Jonathan
points.
secures the end game 7 points.
Yes. And you may also make a donation for $5.
So it's worth mentioning here that it's in the turn structure. You can see that Jonathan activated the timeline here. So the first thing he did was pick a row and a space on that row. And as you activate, and the rows are linked to the departments. So this is the management row, which means that what we're going to do is we're then going to go over here to... Oh, that's the wrong thing. Hang on. Where is it? There we go. You can see here that we've got our departments are linked to these things. So Commerce and Finance Department is a management department. You can see the symbol in the top middle. And so on. Each one will be linked, each department. So when management row is active on the timeline, we'll be able to activate all of our management-based departments. In the starting board, that's 2 departments. And so then there's a second part to the timeline, which are the actions on the actual spaces. So in this case, Jonathan had to pick the first space if you wanted to do this row. You always pick the leftmost space that's available, but these markers on the left here will move along, blocking off each space as it's resolved. And once all the spaces have been resolved, the game will end. So in this case, the space that Jonathan covered up was a donation space. So now we're getting to donate, which is the picking of these endgame scoring conditions. So Jonathan picked the 7 points in the welfare social area, and now I'm trying to decide what on earth I'm going to pick. What did I cover up? I already got
the
a
most
point.
points in that area. That's why I took it first. It is the only one that's worth that many points.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a pretty good shout early on because it doesn't lock you into anything.
Oh.
I've already got a housing project, so this is already worth 2 points to me, so I might take that. If we look below as well, we can see that donations actually have an escalating cost. So our first one costs $5, our next one will cost $10, then $15 and $20. So there is no limit to the total number we can make, but it will just keep escalating by 5 every time, and we might run out of discs.
Mm-hmm.
We have we're component limited discs. You can see them at the top here by our names. You can see Jonathan's got 21 discs left, so I've got 22, and if we run out, then too bad. Yeah,
No
I'm
more
going to go
discs.
here into human rights. I like human rights.
Who doesn't? Um,
Important.
yeah, so now I get to activate meeples. And in which case, I'm going to get all the money. And all the construction, because I have 3 meeples on this space. 3 meeples. And so now, if I go Midwest, I'll take another $6. And then I can also activate my construction, which will allow me... This is quite a big turn, like... So I just got to figure out what I'm doing next turn to decide which construction to buy. So it's no point me going through them as I do them, is there? Because you can't see them on the screen anyway. So I'm just going to grab one, and then Mike can explain it for you. Plus, I'm going to get one of those weird blue tiles we was on about. See what it does. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me, buddy.
Yeah. I went for the extra lobby.
A new lobby?
Yes, and I may now activate up to 2 of my meeples, which I will for $4.
Man, I wanted to get that lobby. So I can't tell if Jonathan and I are equally inexperienced at the game, and that's why we're making very similar moves, or if we're both just super sharp gamers and we're like, oh, these are the best moves, and now we're just taking them. But
honest, I didn't read it first. I just picked it.
Well then, it's good to know that my very considered decisions are about as good as random ones.
Yeah.
So story of my life.
New lobby, sounds good.
Sounds good, man. Okay, so I can now also use my management department. So I'm going to do the exact same thing that Jonathan just did. You can see up here as well our available sort of resources. So I've got 4 goods cubes. I've got $2 left over, and I've got 5 meeples. But what I can do is I've got the 2 departments here. I can activate them in either order. I can activate both, or just one of them. But I'll explain the strategic planning department in a minute, because I think that's really important. Excuse me, guys. I've got some hiccups. But also,
the highbrow music will cover it up.
Diff just says F. F's in chat for Mike's lost department. But the first off, comments and finance. So this one's very simple. If meeples are active, we can send them on missions. Sending them on missions is what Jonathan did here, where he moved all 3 of them out to the Midwest. And additionally, when you do that, you can then gain income stuff. So I probably want to send one of mine over here. There is an element of multiplication for this, isn't there? When we gain income, there's like 3 considerations. There's like your position on this transportation track that you guys can see on screen at the moment. There's also the number of meeples you have in the associated area, plus as well the advancement of your project tab, I think. We'll be able to find out about this in more detail in due course. But I guess I'll send a meeple out to here. And when I do that, because I've sent them from my commerce and finance board, I can have $6 or 2 goods cubes. So I'll take $6 because I'm broke. And then I can send this guy on a mission to one of these other 3 places. Or instead, I can just take a cube and $3 and leave him there. So I guess what I've got to be trying to anticipate here is when on the timeline we're going to be activating these things, right? Because you can see here that these meeples that are going out on missions are recalled when the appropriate action space is activated. So the next ones to be activated are the south and the east. In fact, we can't recall any of these other guys until these ones are activated.
So maybe I should... South.
I'm just thinking I should probably actually use this information that I totally forgot to tell you guys. So I guess I'll send this person to either the east or the south. I don't have anything in either location. So where am I going to build next? Oh god, I don't know. Let's go to the south.
Indecisiveness.
The south. So what the other thing I should be thinking about here, right, is if I look back here at the timeline, is you can see that the south will be activating our human resources, or if we go to our research and development, because it's the action space next to those 2, right? So what I should be thinking about is what is Jonathan... I'll be the active player next, so I'll have the next choice. But after that, what is Jonathan more likely to pick, right? Because if I activate either of the south space... In fact, if I activate any line other than construction, I'll be opening up the opportunity for Jonathan to activate the West, well, that's actually where I am. Wait, you need the Midwest.
Yes.
Oh yeah, okay, so if I activate the construction row, then I'll be opening this opportunity up to Jonathan to activate the Midwest. I don't know.
This is also one of the reasons I'm thinking about actually keeping my company fairly like all-rounder so that you can't tell what I'm going to do next.
Have I disappeared from Skype?
I was just about to say, I thought you removed it while you was doing explanation.
No, I don't know,
You're watching the Hexy Beast show today.
I've vanished. I'm still here on Skype. Where have I gone? What's happened? Hang on. Let's just go and edit this technical error. I think... Oh, God, I've zoomed in really far.
Oh, what have you done?
How does this happen? Oh, do you know what this is? This is...
So much face. Sorry.
This is Skype being... What this is it's Skype doing a bandwidth
you know
control
it, Haggers.
thing.
Haggers knows. He knows.
Hey, am I back now? Oh God, this is the only screen you guys can see.
Yes, they can only see your face.
Back to the PGA screen. There we go. What I need to do is just set this to...
We're back.
Yeah. Well, this is a Skype thing where essentially it'll resize the output of my image based on bandwidth availability. It's really stupid and annoying technical stuff.
I like that you put me above you as well, because nobody puts Hexy in the corner, you know?
Exactly right. Anyway, I forgot to fix that during setup, so now we'll just have to live with it if it happens again. Hopefully it won't. Let me know in chat if my face gets messed up. Okay, so decisions. I'm going to send someone to the east, I think. Sure, why not? Ba-bam, there we go. Did it work? Oh yeah, now I have to take money or goods cubes. We'll take some goods cubes. We'll balance things out.
He's afraid of
This is super important if you know what you're doing. If you don't, you might as well just do whatever you want. I'm sure the managing of resources is really important.
The tactic I've chosen to take is don't think too much. Just do.
Honestly, I've said it before, I'll say it again, the most interesting part of board gaming is human error. So if we're all trying to get everything perfect, then it's the least interesting game ever. So continuing our entertaining strategy of blundering through this, I'm now going to build, with the strategic planning office, 2 tiles. So we can go close up to the department board here, where Jonathan stole the new lobby that I wanted.
My new lobby.
Yeah. So I can go over here and get a communications thing, which is going to reduce the cost of... It's going to reduce the cost of donations by 2, but it costs 5 to activate. So I'm not actually going to be making any savings until I've made at least 3 donations, but then it reduces them in perpetuity. So it sort of incentivizes me to get a lot of donations. I don't know if this is important, but I feel like if I'm going to grab it, I should grab it early on. Let's have a look and see what else we can get.
From just looking at the board, it seems like all the points are in those donations. Like all the big points.
With the exception of the routing, right?
Yeah, with it outside us trying to figure out how to connect things on a map correctly. Yeah, these donations seems to be a good way of generating points based on the stuff we have at the end of the game as well. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, I mean, I guess securing those in-game scoring conditions is going to be super important. Okay, so we got a bunch of companies here doing different things. This department makes it possible to buy goods at a reduced cost whenever you use it. Ooh. This one gives you... This is advanced design. This gives you more study points, which is what you use to improve your projects. So that's pretty cool. We've also got telegraph operators. It reduces transportation development costs. Ooh. So do we also need study points to improve our transportation development? I guess so. What's this one up here? This is a... This is a board that lets you immediately assist... Allows a player to immediately assign an employee to a newly built department. Oh, that's useful. So if you have this with an active employee in it, then whenever you put a new department out on your board, you can immediately put a worker in. So this is something else I was going to explain actually about my my player board anyway. So if I take you over here, for example, you can see from here I can build... I have the option, 2 options here of building a new department. The first option is I pay 1 good to buy a department and put it onto a space on my player board here with an inactive employee. So that's what this guy's doing. He's basically just waiting here for me to build a department. And the advantage is he makes it cheaper for me to build it, and he immediately becomes inactive in that department. So I don't have to move anyone there in order to start using it straight away. Or I can pay 2 goods cubes to put a department down in an empty space. The disadvantage of that is it's more expensive, and I won't get an employee in there immediately, so I'll have to move someone there with human resources before I can actually start using the actions in the new department. The advantage is, of course, that I can place it anywhere on the board. I don't need to worry about having an employee on it. So I can put it up here in the top corner, or basically in the row at the top that gets me the most points, right? You don't have to build outwards from your existing tiles. You can use any space. So in this case, I'll probably build one of each, because I want to get the most out of this tile while it's active, because who knows when we're going to activate the management row again, right? Jonathan has still got all of his people in this department, so he might want to do it again, but if I spend both of these, I'm not going to want to do it. And that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. So with this in mind, let's head back over here, and I'm going to definitely take this, I'm definitely going to take this communications one, I've decided.
Oh, he's taking all my tiles now. Look.
Wink.
Ah, no.
No, I wanted that.
We just want all the blue ones, I think, is what's happened now. We just like blue tile.
The blue
So
tiles. Well, the other ones are all complicated, and I don't know what they do or why they're good yet. But also, these blue ones seem to sort of improve things, just sort of the basic things you're going to be doing. And now it says you may choose another department. So you choose...
You can activate every department of that icon, basically. So
yes, so I can basically pick... I'm picking another one to put out if I want to. This was going to cost me 2 goods cubes. I can put it anywhere on the board. So I'm going to decide, do I want maybe this property management? Do I want these telegraph operators? I like the idea of reducing the cost of improving transportation. I'm not sure if I care. This one seems good too. But I think I'm going to go ahead and take the telegraph operators, actually. And the closer it is to the lobby, the easier it is to get people involved in it. So the thing is, because they move out of the lobby, right? The workers will move out of the lobby. Putting one up here in the top corner means they've got a long way to go to get there, unless you build another lobby. Except Jonathan stole the other lobby, so I ain't gonna have...
on the bottom floor.
And he put it right next to the other lobby. Almost.
Only one room between them.
But, I mean, still saving on movement, though. If you want to go up on the left, anyway. So, what I'm going to do, I think, is put this one just here, so it's nice and easy to get to. And now, it is the... I can activate my employees in the departments, but I can't because I don't have any. So I can't activate these ones, can I? Nope. This department has a passive effect. Yeah, but I still have to activate him. BJ, stop yelling at me.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
I'm sorry. I don't know why it says activate employees here, because I can't activate anyone.
The worst is when you try and do something and it just gives you the big red box telling you why you can't. Like, no, you do not have enough resource. Sit down.
So, I shall end my turn. Oh, now I can activate employees. Well, yes. Then what?
You flip them up, you see. They only do stuff when they're flipped up. Otherwise, they don't do nothing.
Well, it looks like this is the beginning of a new round, so we've just completed round 1 of the game.
Yes,
Hooray!
round 1. Only 19 more to go.
Oh my god. Well, now I won't be explaining the rules in as much detail as we go, so hopefully this will speed up a bit. But I'm still obviously going to keep talking through what we're doing, or else it's going to be confusing. So I can spend $5 to stand up this donations guy, and I think I should do that, because I want to start benefiting from the discount as soon as possible. So I will do that. Oh, and now we're doing end of round cleanup.
Yeah, you must choose an action, Mac.
Okay, so now we're back over here on the timeline board, where I'm going to pick a set of departments to activate. So...
You see why I'm trying to keep it even now? It seems like a good idea.
And see what do we got going on here? So we got I haven't really done anything. So all of these things are about getting income, and I don't think either of them are particularly useful. right yet. What is most useful to me then? This is human resources, which allows me to activate this thing where I move people around. I need to get some income though. How do we get income? When we activate these spaces, right? So if I activate the east, I'm gonna get one income. That's no good at all. Right, how do we activate... I want to do research and development, I've decided. Because no one's going to get anything for the south, but I might be able to improve my transportation in the west. I actually don't know how this works. I might not be able to improve my transportation in the west. Let's find out. Bam! Yeah, go here.
Stuff is happening.
Why won't it let me pick this space?
Computer says no.
Confirm. Ba-bam. Okay.
Pow. Okay.
It says neither of us can take income. So essentially what that's talking about is if we had meeples here in the south area of the main game board, we could have brought them back to our company boards to gain the income from the south, but we didn't have anyone. And that's fine. Neither of us had anyone. So I'm okay with that.
Through our employment outreach program. You may come back to the company now that we've sent you away.
So now I can use my research and development actions departments. And this is going to be exciting because I don't really know how this works. But I've got one here. Spend 6. Okay. On what?
Movement. That's how you move meeples, remember, Mike?
In.
Remember?
No. This is research and development.
Oh, yes. I forgot you'd done that.
So I'm spending 6 study points,
yeah.
which I believe is improving these tracks.
Yeah, the tracks on the little tucky little bookmark things that go under the side of your player boards.
Is that what it is?
I think so. They all got the same icon on them. That's my logic.
No spend 6. You may now design new projects or upgrade transport. Here we go.
Transport.
Whoa, got some coffee grounds in my throat.
I'm going to use this opportunity to refill my drinks bottle if that's okay with you.
Oh yeah, go for it, man.
Okay, thank you. Be back very soon.
Okay, so what I want to do here is improve my track up here in the west, so that when I do eventually gain income, I get more money for it. Hey, Jeremy, thanks for joining in the chat, man. Yeah, I'm just I'm explaining the game as we figure it out as we go. So I'm going to improve this track here, which cost 2 study points, which we can tell because it's got a little 2 up here, just above there. So that little orange 2 is a cost in study points, and it's cost me 6. So I might just keep going on this track, sort of double down on the resources I'm getting here. So that's 3, which is fine. And then I should probably increase. I think I might also increase the ones in the east. I guess I'm not working currently on my transport, on the projects on my player board. I'm focusing on these income tracks, which feels to me insufficient study. Oh, they have different costs. Look, this one's more expensive. Okay, we'll go up.
I think they get more expensive as we go down them as well.
Confirm. No more departments available.
You got
fine then. I guess I'll end my turn.
Yeah, now
it's over to Jonathan.
Use my departments. So I'm going to spend 3 days to get one of them, do hickeys by here, and confirm.
So you're
get one of those 2 hickeys.
Your commerce thing.
And one of those 2 hickeys. And no departments available. Time to activate employees. Now I must choose an action. And the action I am going to choose is going to be... it's a tricky one.
This isn't actually too bad. I'm beginning to figure this out.
Yeah, I'm figuring out what I'm doing, but deciding is the other option, isn't it?
You have so much more money than me. I'm very jealous.
Yeah, but I could do more management actions, but I've only... I suppose I could do loads of construction as well. I got enough. There we go. You may collect income from the west.
From the west?
No, from the... It's hidden east.
From the east. Oh, yes. Collect income. How many employees do you want to return? Let me just bring up the thing. Yeah, I'm going to return 1 employee. So this man comes back to my company, goes back into the lobby, and I got $4 because that's what's here on the track. So I'm in the second space. Oh no, did I get $5? No, I got $4.
Mm-hmm. So I'm now just going to steal all the good tiles while I can. When we're here, I may choose another department. Ooh, we'll take sales as well.
Of course, your departments aren't any good to you until you put
Until I
employees
get
in there and
meeples
make
to
them
them.
active. Yeah.
Yes.
But some of
now
these
they're
are,
there, and that's what matters to me.
some departments are active and some departments are passive. And what that means is active departments can send meeples out on missions, and when they do that, you'll get a bonus, and then they come back. So they don't really do anything for you until you send the meeples out on missions. There's other departments, once the meeple's active, they'll basically not leave there, and you'll just get an ongoing bonus. A good example of this is on Mike's board here, where, for example, this department I built with the communications department with the passive discount for donations. I'll never move this meeple now. I mean, I think I can, but then I'll lose the passive bonus, so I don't want to really, because every time I reinstall him, it costs $5. So I'll probably just leave that meeple there forever.
You doing transport already?
Well, it just seemed worthwhile improving the income, man. Right? Like, you know, I guess.
This isn't a co-op game. It's okay.
I don't know, man. I'm jealous of your improved currency dealy thing.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard that, but my cat just showed up. Oh.
What's your cat's name?
Behind me. Hello, madam.
Oh. Is her name Madam?
She only responds to it.
So you can see here, commerce and finance is kind of a bit about. So the interesting thing about commerce and finance is that you don't actually have to pay anything to put an active meeple in there, but you can actually gain a passive bonus from this one as well, which is $3 or a goods cube per meeple. But also you gain more bonus by actually sending your comments, a bigger bonus for sending your commerce and finance people off on missions. So that's something to think about when deciding where people should go. So I can use this department again. So I guess I'll grab some more boards. What do we got here? This department allows a player to duplicate a donation that another player has already made. I could steal your 7 points, Jonathan.
What? What?
That might be. I like advanced design though. I think I really like this one.
Just steal my points. I don't mind.
Just even more study points seems good to me. So maybe I'll grab this one.
Cat, do you have to?
I can only take one because I only have actually got the goods cubes for one. So let's just double check that this is the choice. This is the choice to make. This department provides new construction capabilities and reduces building costs. What?
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 What? It reduces building costs?
What? You pay 1 good cube instead of 2 to build a new project. Ooh, do we have to pay goods cubes to put projects out on the board?
I think so. I've just spent all my cubes.
You've got no cubes. When you run out of goods cubes, then you have to refer to them as bads cubes.
Yeah, bads cubes. We only got bads cubes left.
And this one allows us to use money. This is a more powerful way to bring more flexibility in allocating employees. The player may spend an active employee from the department on the mission board to... What? What? Send an active employee. What's that?
Someone needs to turn the TV up for you.
Yeah, I know, right? I got a groan from chat, like, oh god, what's he doing? I don't know. The player receives any combination of money and employee moves, a maximum of 8. For example, the player could take $2 and 6 employee moves. Oh, okay, so this just lets you do... Oh, this is actually really cool. I really like this one. Just get some money and move some people around. It's a human resources board. So, actually, that's pretty cool. I think I might build this. Bink. There we go. Now I have only 1 cube. Or is that a groan for bads cubes? Is that what that was?
Yeah, I don't know. The groan might be from my bad joke, you know? It is, but
Okay, I
it's
ain't
an
got the money to
ambiguous
do anything
groan.
else here. Yeah, this is not a unusual reaction when watching Ready Steady Play streams. Oh God.
Here
No
we
more
go.
departments available. This is true. End turn.
I mean, they're in for a long haul now, aren't they? You know, around 420. 420.
420 blaze it. All right. Right. So now it's over to me to choose a row here.
Cat.
So.
Oh. Sorry, this cat's getting all up in
hey,
my face.
madam. It's like a ghost cat coming in and out of the screen there.
I did notice. This is unsettling.
We're all good, man. Okay, so if I activate the south, I won't get any income. My only available income is actually in the west. But I gotta think about how I can send. Geez, I think I might need to do human resources though, which would mean activating the south again, because I just need to move some people around my board and get some of my departments active. You know.
Hmm.
Oh, sugar! I built the wrong board. Whoops! I meant to build training and partnerships, and I built the advanced design board instead.
Oops.
Whoops.
Whoopsies.
Never mind. Look, it's fine. Okay, it's fine. We'll just figure it out
As long as we're entertaining, that's what counts. We'll try our best.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I need human resources. Confirm. Nobody gets any income for that. Now I'm going to move some people around here on my player board. So if we go over to my player board, we activate this department here, which comes with a free employee in it, actually, so you can never like run out of things. So I'm going to move this person up here. I think I need this person to go up here as well, to be honest. I've got 2 points remaining, so I think this person actually is kind of done over there. So I might move them over here. Which one is this again? Oh yeah, I really want this as well. But that's 3 points of movement, and I can't really afford it right now. Gosh.
I'm kind of wondering who brings more cats, me or Chris. You know? I've seen Chris's cat a few times on this channel.
Yeah. I'm being risky, Jonathan. I'm moving someone out of human resources. Confirm movement. All right, so what I did there basically, guys, is I lined up 3 meeples in here in commerce and finance so that I can send them all out on missions and get a bunch of stuff and prepare some income tracks. And then I moved someone off of human resources. And what this means is that I'm going to be able to only move 3 spaces instead of 6 the next time we do a human resources action. And I put that person over here into the telegraph operator's booth so that I can activate them for $5 and start getting my study discount on the transport tracks. My agenda is to just rocket up those tracks as fast as I can, I think. So now I can activate as many of these people. So I can activate these 3 for free because there's no monetary cost to doing that. And I will activate this person for $5 as well, so I can start benefiting from that discount. So now I'm broke, and I need to start sending these people out to do missions.
I may use the human resources department.
Yeah, and then we're over to Johnny's board. We can't actually see the choices he's making.
I know.
We will be able to see him enact them all at some point.
I may move 6 employees. That's good to know. Because you're going here. You're also going here. And the problem is I don't get to activate them yet, do I?
You can activate the ones... You can activate any employees that are inactive on your board at the end of your turn, like from anywhere.
Ah, okay.
But you'll have to pay the associated
them,
costs. Yeah.
So I'm just trying to figure out where I want to put him. Where do you want to go, buddy? You can go over there. I have plans for you. I'm only going to move 3 of them. Yeah, I'll do. And turn, activate employees. Confirm. And then I get to choose what happens next.
Alright, so we're back on to Jonathan's turn. And so he's taking a look at the timeline here. Yeah, the West, baby. I should
There's a
get some
reason I'm
income
doing
for
that.
this.
I'm doing that because that's where you are. I'm thinking, we might as well live in the spirit of
Cool.
then.
So I can collect income from the West here, so I'll do that. I'll take back my 1%. I get
Is that
1
when
goods
I win?
cubes. I mean, that seems really like a bummer.
Mm,
Like, I want dollars, damn it.
I'm gonna take them.
Yeah, you're still
And I'm
another
gonna
one off.
pass that one and take some of them. And I'm also gonna take them. Enter and activate. There you go, management departments.
Grand. So I'm going to activate this management department first, and I stacked up all my people in here, so that's a good thing. So I've got 3 people that I can send out. God, I wish I could send more people to the management department. I want to get some more management departments, actually, to maybe try and get some more money from going out onto the board. I don't know. But we'll send someone to the West for sure. I might even send 2 people to the West. And I'm going to take the $6 because I'm broke. We'll send another person to the West. I think.
West Side for life.
Yeah, the good news is you take income before activating the space. So actually, I'm in a pretty good position to profit off of this almost straight away on my next turn. So I might just go ahead and actually send everybody to the West, which means I'm going to get a bunch of goods cubes. So I'll probably just take the money. Bing bong, bing bong. And now it says you may... So I can activate this department and buy another tile. So maybe we should just go ahead and get that tile that I was talking about getting earlier. The human resources one that gives me money. We can also... Let's see. We could also get... I want something that rewards me for... This department allows the player to duplicate a donation made by another player. You must send an active employee on a mission, and then you can buy a donation. You pay the appropriate... So when I said this, I can steal the spaces Jonathan's got. I mean, I'm not really too worried about that at the moment, though, because he's only got the 1 space. So maybe that's something for the future. I don't fully understand this reduction in goods cubes for building buildings yet.
So instead of it costing the actual cost printed in the top right corner of the building, it will cost you 1 instead of 2, for example. I think. That's my interpretation.
I think this one's really good. I'm going to grab this one, I think. I'm going to put it up here in the 3-point row.
I'm just clarifying, after any time I say anything rules related, I'm saying that's my interpretation to make sure that when I'm inevitably wrong, that I've covered it. That's the advantage to BGA. You don't need to know the games you play.
BGA is a great tool, actually, for learning games because of its sort of built-in scripting
It forces
elements.
you to remember stuff.
Yeah, I mean, now that there's, like, we played Race for the Galaxy on BGA on the channel in the live stream, and honestly, I think it's, like, better than the... if you're
the official Race for the Galaxy
I'm the
app.
host. But I think it's better than playing it in... I mean, I almost always prefer the physical game to playing the digital game, but I gotta say, with Race for the Galaxy, like, the fact that it explains the hieroglyphics on every card is so useful. It's really, really good. So I'm gonna go here over here.
Digitally, so
I want to grab my people back from the West and get some more income. So let's go with that and collect income, please. How many employees do you want to return? All of them.
give me.
3 goods cubes. Such mighty profit.
I see. That's how my lobby works. Okay, so when I recall them back, I can put them in my other lobby so they don't go back into my main lobby.
Yeah, so you want to put them closer to where you want them to be, right?
Oh, that's good. That's good. And to my lobbies. I may distribute them too. Okay. All to confirm. So now I know how my new lobby works.
It's like the old lobby, but shinier and in a different space.
I kind of wish I put it on the 3rd floor now.
Yeah.
It's good. This is what I like about these sort of a lot of Javier's games tend to do this, don't they? You don't really know what you're supposed to do till after you've made the mistake and done it. It happens a lot, I
100%.
find.
And actually, this little placement of the departments within the company, I guess insofar as it is a placement and spacing puzzle, it reminds me of Carson City's building puzzle. I mean, it's not really the same at all. That's way more complex.
It kind of reminds me more of Black Angel's tech board, just the tiles are not sliding. But in Black Angel, you activate them per row and column. So instead of individually with workers, like, but, you know. You can definitely see some of the DNA from that game in this game.
So I've got 3 moves here, and that's it. So I think I'm going to rocket this person up to here so I can use this next time. Because I'm going to be in real trouble. But, and that's it. That's all I can do. Confirm that movement. I probably shouldn't have taken that person off of human resources. It might have been a fool's errand. We'll see.
Well, you know, we can always... He's the Toby, if anyone's seen the US Office.
I've not.
He's basically the human resources guy and nobody likes him. So it's still you activating human resources right now, okay.
Oh yeah, okay, got it. I gotta end my turn, and then I'm gonna spend $2 to stand this person up so I can start doing that thing.
Now I may activate the department. Let's have a look. I may move 3 employees. I'm running out of employees. I need to somehow, gather from the Midwest. Oh, I can't move that one. No departments available, apparently. Okay, now I must choose an action. I'm trying to remember which action allows us to donate. It's the research and development, isn't it? That's the one.
It's the one that shows the little tile, the little thing going down. So at the moment we can't do any donations because there aren't any next to donation. I wonder if there's a way to get more donations, though.
I've got a plan. No, never mind, too late. I made the wrong decision. I was meant to go into a different row to activate the Midwest. I was going to do the commerce again, but never mind.
There ain't no undos in this one.
It says restart turn but I'm not going to do that.
Oh, it does? Okay, well, feel free.
No, I'm not going to. I live with my mistakes.
Fair enough. You can use your construction departments. Okay. How does this work? You must send an active employee on a mission. Yeah, and then if I do that, I can spend... Oh, I can build a building. Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to send this person over... I seem to be focusing entirely on the west here. So I'm going to send this person over here to the west.
Best vest
and
in
then
the
I'm
west.
going to build a commerce building in San Francisco.
You may use construction departments, but you also may not. I often wonder, I need to design a Euro game where you don't, where it's more advantageous to not do things. So, like, if you could spend the whole game without doing an action, you will win.
Sounds like the best way to win is not to play.
Exactly.
Just take some heavy sedatives before setting up.
Just there dribbling on the board.
Oh god, I have to end my turn. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I was just filling silence, Mike.
I keep missing that bloody button. Oh, it's back to me now. Okay.
You must choose your action. It was my action last time, but I didn't actually have any spaces to use it. I just wanted to use the Midwest bit, but I activated the wrong thing. I was like, oh no. I should have done that.
I don't really want to activate the Midwest because I also don't care about any of the departments. That turn is essentially useless to me.
Yeah, it's all I've got.
I really kind of want human resources again, to be honest, because then I can move a bunch of people around and put someone on a mission and go. But then I'm going to be activating the East. But fine, we'll do it anyway. Yes, confirm. Nobody gets any income because we're terrible people. And now I can activate human resources. So I can activate this one, which gives me 3 moves, and I'm going to take someone and put them up here. And that's fine. We shall leave them there. This person's just going to move over to here, because they're going to go somewhere else later, but I can confirm that movement, and then I can activate this one. So I can send this guy on a mission. And I don't really know if I should put him in the Midwest, because I know that Jonathan wants to activate that. So I could get $1 for sending him there, right?
I don't really want it. I just put 4 meeples there for nothing. You know?
Yeah, right.
I think something happens when I in the income phase when I bring them back, doesn't it? And that's part of why I put them there.
Yeah. Well, when you return them to your board, then you can start distributing them again. But you'll gain $4 for it, right?
That's the one. That's what I was after. It's amazing. I'm doing all that for $4 when I've got 31. Okay, so Mike may use his human resources to pad mates.
Yes. Okay, we're going to send this person on a mission to the Midwest. Why not?
Might as well be the moon.
You may now. So now that I've sent him away, I can actually move some people around the board again. So we're going to send this person back over here. That's 1 space. I want this person to move up here so I can use this board again, I think. How do I get more people? I really need more people.
In the solo game I played, it was actually one of the actions was to add employment people.
Oh, look, I think you can get them here through the East income space. 1 new recruit.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Okay, so I want to go and do that at some point. Yes. Well, let's send him up here so he can actually be... There you go. That's interesting. So he can be inactive up there. And now I can confirm that movement. I'm not going to build any more of these for a while, so I might even redistribute this person and send him over here.
I think I've already lost.
And I could take $2. Sorry, with the power
Joking.
of...
I love that both our scores is still 0 at this point, so we still don't really have a clue.
Alright, so now I'm just going to activate everybody for a total of $5. Stand up!
I get to do stuff.
Jonathan's turn.
I may move 3 employees.
Incidentally, children at home, Jonathan is allowed to smoke on stream because he's the
No,
head
I'm
of
not.
industrial company in the... he's the head of a steel company in the industrial era, but don't smoke at home.
Yes, it's bad for you. Don't do it.
It's
Disgusting
very
habit.
bad for you. Exactly right.
Do I want to? Yes or no? Yes. Trying to make decisions is hard.
Apparently, we're 37% of the way through the game, and this is move number 74.
Oh,
Thanks for
really?
the update, BGA. Incidentally, also, this BGA function here, this game, implementation of Carnegie, is currently free on BGA to anyone who wants to play. It's in a beta version, but neither of us have a premium account, so you can play this for free if you want, which is really cool.
That is one of the good things right now, is that before you back it, you can try it out. Okay, so now I've got to decide what happens.
Which, personally, I find extremely reassuring.
Yes,
You
because
know,
it's like a demo, isn't it? It's being able to see if you can understand it and whatnot. And
Yeah, but it's also like it's where you can find out if it's something you want to get involved in, you know? Like, so is this something you actually want to play? Which I think is really, really cool because, you know, it's also, to me, it also says, like, as a designer or someone who is not a designer, but, come on, brain. As the publisher and designer of this game, as the people who are putting this game out into the world, we believe this is a product worth having, right? And we're so confident that we're going to give it to you for free to play, with the hopes that if you do like it, you will buy it, right?
yeah, exactly. It's I just think they should do it more often in general. I think, especially where Kickstarter's involved, because you do put your money up a long time before you get to play your game a lot of the time, don't you? So it's always nice when it's offered. Same with TTS mods, mind. I'm always happy when there's a TTS mod. You decided who you're going to donate to? Huh?
Yeah, I think I'll grab... oh, I can't grab this one. Oh, shit, because the other player's here. Oh, this is a good reason why... Okay, hang on. Brain.
This is why I grabbed that top one now, because I got lots of construction. Lots of stuff in my company board, which I'm assuming that's what... I should read that first. I love this tactic of not reading things before playing them. Score 3 PP for each human resources department. Okay. So I got 6 points in that.
Well, I already got 4 points on this one, so I might as well grab this.
I get to do something now. I get to use my human resources. NASA movement. I need to put an actual more useful human resources department in. Because all I've got is movement. No, I don't want to go there. Yes. Yes, I'm only going to move 1. I get all that movement, I'm only moving 1. Activate all. There's only 1. There you go.
Okay, so I can use this one and this one. So I think I want to send... Oh my god. Okay, I'm just going to activate this person to get a bunch of money, I suppose. Yeah, because I don't have enough people, so I guess I'll just send this person out to the east. And now I can move people around up to 8. But I don't really want to move anyone. That's a bummer, so I guess I'll just get some money.
I'll say, to what Matt said, I think a lot of publishers are doing this in COVID times. It has like I think it has 2 advantages. I think it's sort of number 1, you get people playing your game, and number 2, it's a great means of playtesting without having to print any components. I think that really is helping like the industry itself. If you know what I mean? I think designers are having a much better time at making better games because there's more people being able to play them beforehand. But you know, that's just me. That's my opinion. I shouldn't have opinions.
I need some good cubes before I do my next thing, so I'm going to activate the Midwest. Enjoy your income, Jonathan.
I get income now. Give me the income.
I'm going to collect income from the Midwest first, though. $1! Yes, I actually just want this person back.
That's the reason I didn't do it. That was the reason I didn't go for that space, was because I knew that you might activate it. Which means I get all 4 of these guys back, and I'm going to put 2 of them there.
Well, Matt, I think it is as Jonathan was just saying as well, though, I think it's kind of a really nice symbiotic relationship, because we get the game to play, we can demo it, we can find out whether we want to invest in it, and we can talk about whether we think it's good or not. And, you know, they get people playing their game, you know? And obviously, pre-COVID times, you could send people prototypes and things like that, but... You know, there's only a select number, and a lot of those are used, like, there's only a select number of Kickstarter prototypes. And also, the thing about this Carnegie app here is that it's not paid for, right? It's not gate-kept by anything, so you don't, like...
Don't need to own TTS or anything.
That's kind of what I meant, right? Yeah, I mean, like, obviously, if you put it on Tabletop Simulator, people need to buy it, but this is free. All you need to do is make a Board Game Arena account, and all you need is an internet browser to access it. Like, and that, to me, is great, you know? Because it just means it's so accessible.
Yeah, I was going to say, as far as accessibility goes, BGA's kind of got that down, really. It doesn't let you forget stuff. That is the most important thing.
Give me goods cubes.
This cat won't leave me alone, man. She just sat there staring into my soul.
Judge, always watching, always judging.
Yes. She's like, that was a bad decision. They're not the meeples you wanted.
Let's have a look. What's going on Jonathan's here?
May use this one.
What are you up to?
So, seeing as you're mainly doing all the eastern stuff right now, aren't you? I'm trying to. I'm seeing where I'm trying to figure out where it would be useful to do some research.
Phase Cat is best cat.
Yeah. Phase Cat. What is Phase Cat? Have I missed something? Is there like a meme?
Your cat is flickering in and out of existence.
Phase Cat. Cool. Is she still in the shot? I didn't even realize.
Just occasionally, because I think Skype's trying to block her out with the background. But
yeah, people are always trying to block you out.
Sort of appearing, just like flashing in and out of existence.
She's now resting on my arm, so she might have could be down a bit lower now. Do I want goods or money?
Oh, you got so much more money than me. This is not okay.
Enter and activate employees. I'm just looking to see how often the Midwest is going to be recalling them. But what I really need is this. So we'll do that. Westing. It's an income. I get to collect income. That was why I did it. I remember now. You go in the main room. Confirm. Sorry if I'm rushing my turns, by the way. It's just because I know you can't see them. Might as well, get to the.
We can see them when you sort of interact them, yeah.
Okay.
But or when you execute what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm not just going. I'm clicking this, then I'm doing that. Then it's because it's nothing to reference it.
What I quite like about this is, even though it's like a follow mechanic, so the active player picks the action that we're doing, and then everyone else does it. So it's a follow mechanic, but typically with follow mechanics, you often find that the people who follow get a less good version of the person who picked it. But in this case, you all do the exact same thing. So it's not really about being the follower. It's more about...
kind of similar to the way you pick a sequence in Black Angel. Like you can choose a set of actions to sequence A and sequence B. This is what I mean. There's a lot of similarities here.
Oh, which makes sense because it's the same designer. That was his last game before this, wasn't it?
I think was he involved in Troy Dice? I can't remember if it was just Sebastian and Alan or whether he was involved in Troy Dice or not.
I don't know.
Because I haven't got
what
the
I do know is that the competitive element of this action choice is all about how good they are for your opponent right now. Like you want to find a spot that's really useful for you and really not useful for your opponent. So, Jonathan, have you done your development?
I forgot. It was my turn. It was your screen hiding the box at the top. I'm blaming you, Mike, just like I was advised to. So, let's have a look. I may use research department.
Chat approves of these comments.
Yes. You may design new projects or upgrade transport. Well, I haven't done transport yet. So
you haven't upgraded any transport.
There we go. Nice little bit of
transport. You have all the projects. All right.
And as well as that, we're gonna check one of them, don't we?
We wait on the edge of our seats to find out what what Jonathan's transport improvement is. The Midwest and housing. That makes sense.
It won't let me do it. It's giving me red band. Oh, there we go. No departments available. Activate.
Okay, so now I've got my. You may spend 6 points. Yes. Are you sure? Oh no, cancel.
You sure?
And this, yeah, there we go. Okay. So I wasn't sure how BGA was wanting for this implementation.
That's what caught me out a minute ago. It's the cost. Yeah, so I was getting a little confused.
Well, because I have 2 departments that produce study points, it wants me to activate them both and then spend it all at once.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to make me spend sort of one department and then the other department. So here we go. Now we can spend 10. So we'll definitely go up here because I really want that. And we'll go up here because trains are good. And we've got 6 points remaining. So I don't know if I move on. It seems like you only get what's directly below it. So I don't think I want to move up here yet. I also don't know. What is the transfer? Oh, it's 2 victory points. Oh, are those victory points right away?
If you look at the chart, as you say, the transport. If you look at the chart on the right of the what they call the donations part, it says, if you look at the links, it says VP based on the kind of travel you've got, I imagine, based on the links.
Oh, no, I was looking at, if you look at any of the transport tracks, some of them have copper 50p's under them.
Yeah, 50p's, yeah.
And it looks like that might be victory points scored during the game.
Maybe.
Because they look like the blue
a transport
ones.
bonus, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, so every time you trigger that, you're going to get 2 victory points or something. I'm going to go up to the end of the west, because there's nothing on that space that I wanted. This seems just like a better space.
Okay.
And now I got 2 points left. So I think I'll put... Where's my thing? This is housing and whatever. So how much does it cost to go up here? 1 and 1. So maybe we'll just develop this twice. Cool. Done.
Been spending most our lives. Anyway, I'm going a bit random now. I'll try and.
Okay, now I need to do this. I think.
Control myself.
What happens if? What happens if we run out of spaces though?
There is probably something to do with that last space you just selected involving resetting something, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. I thought maybe once it got to the end, you just couldn't do that departments anymore, but that seems like that might break the game. So
Look at you able to make $9 donations and all.
Oh, make a donation, yes, please. You have
That's-
loads of money.
Yeah, but my donations are more expensive.
Oh yeah, because you don't get the discount. Well, I still haven't recouped the cost of the discount yet.
You made $4 on the last one.
This is true. So it says you may make a donation and or collect income. So let's make a. I didn't make $4, did I? Ooh, did I?
Mm-hmm. Well, it cost me 10 to put out, and it cost you 6. So I think you've got 2 things out there that's reducing it by 2. I don't know.
This is worth 6 points to me, so I might as well grab this. And then collect income. Return all 3 people. Bring me more people, please. Yes, look at all those workers. Oh, so good.
I just accidentally smashed the cat in the face. I'm sorry, madam.
Oh, madam. Phase cat. It's so funny.
I may make a donation. Where to? Who deserves it more? I feel mean now. So, for each project you've built in the Midwest. We haven't been. Oh, you've been like connecting places.
Not really. I've only got 2 out, and they're not connected.
Is it?
But but you've only got 1, so I mean, there's still plenty of opportunity for us to actually engage in the link building thing. Let's take a quick look here. Jonathan and I have not been developing at all.
Chicago's looking really nice.
Chicago's great.
So what's this one? Sorry, I'm just trying to. Each good and $5 you can pay at the end of the game. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll have that one. Yeah, we'll have.
Yeah, Matt, 100%. It's easier for. It's always the trade-off because, you know, sometimes like the digital implementation, particularly in regards to TTS and Tabletopia, is just, I think, less enjoyable than the physical version, right? So I can activate this, and I think I will actually just activate this, and I can move 3 people around.
Exactly.
So I can either put 2 people over here to get lots of movement, or 1 person up there to get, like, basically as much movement, and send them on a mission. So I think I'll do this to start, although it does cost, what, $2? I mean, I can afford that. And I can put them on a mission, which is good, so I'm going to do that. But I definitely need this action again, because I've got so many people just sitting in the lobby. And I'm only allowed 1 lobby, because Jonathan stole the other lobby.
Yeah.
So now we shall activate this person. Confirm.
It's my lobby, see?
Jonathan, I am the lobby king of company board.
Nah, you gotta do what your boss says. You gotta go to the lobby. I gotta move stuff now before I make more of a tit of myself.
Yeah, so the advantage of the physical game is obviously it more accurately, or the physical prototype is it more accurately reflects the final product, and also if it's typically more enjoyable than a digital implementation. Having said that, I've found BGA to be really quite good. I like the ease of. I find that the scripting in it that sort of helps to set the game up and keep it going is vastly offsets a lot of the downsides of the digital implementations that you get in Tabletopia and TTS, where there's a lot less scripting. Or almost none, typically.
It moved to the end. We know. Now what?
Can we not do that row anymore?
Who knows? I could. I'm not going to click it because I don't want to do it.
You don't want
that makes sense right now. Yeah.
Boo.
I'm going to see if I can connect a city or 2. I shall collect my income. And,
Is that from the Midwest?
yeah.
How dare. I don't have any.
I may distribute another employee. And I may construct a departments. Right there. Let's figure out how this works. So first things first, you're going to go there.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get... Oh, I don't have anyone in my construction department. Oh, no.
So now I should probably do one of those. I'm trying to figure out a housing action, which I will then connect to St. Louis. I may send another employee out on a mission, and I'm going to go to Kansas City, I think. Yeah, okay. Which, well, I think I'm understanding the connections thing now. Just. Right. Just seeing if I got any more departments to activate. Yes, I have. I may choose how many times to exchange $1 for 1 good. 0. Thank you very much. Do I confirm this? I'm trying to decide whether it's worth doing that, but I don't think it is.
Exchanging dollars for goods.
Yes.
I don't know.
It's a lot cheaper than the actual action, I suppose. I should really. I'll take 4. Because we've got 5 rounds left, and I could technically steal that last research charitable giving section thingy, and maybe make some more points out of it. But who knows?
Oh my god, we've got only 5 rounds left. I feel like I've not done very well at this.
Yeah, I feel the same. I'm just hoping I've done better than you.
Alright, I need to go over here to human resources again. So what happens if I do that? Event, Midwest income / donation. Well, that's going to get you income, but I don't think I'm necessarily too worried about that. I don't know what you get off of it.
I don't think I'm in a position to make a donation right now either.
Which is, I think I am. I'm not sure. What was the cost? What have I got?
I can't remember what your buff is.
So my next donation is, no, it's 20 minus 2. So it'll cost me 18. But I still think I need to move people around the board because I've got like no one on my board. What's my other option here? My other option might be to do development, which is also Midwest. How come I didn't get to do any construction? I don't have anyone in the goddamn construction.
Part,
okay, I have to do human resources, even though I think this is actually really good for you and not that good for me. I'll kind of left myself in a bit of a bum position. I
may or may not have chosen that human resources place earlier. Ooh, why is it? You can make a donation, of course. For 12
I can make a donation for 12. Oh, so I can do it. I guess I was on the 15.
This is where the game point just became your win and not mine. I think this point, this very donation is going to be the win, the break point. Like,
I don't know, man, because I don't know what I'm going to pick. What is good to have here? I don't know.
What I need you to do is spend enough money so that I can force you not to be able to donate when I do. It's a trick. It's reverse psychology. Getting inside your head, Mac.
Points for cubes at the end. For each good cube you can pay at the end of the game. I might as well take that. I might have some good cubes at the end.
I bought loads of good cubes.
Oh no, sorry, Jonathan. I've still got more than you though, so I deserve it.
Yeah. Oh, I've got to distribute people. I really should have put that extra lobby in a much better place. It's made the one space I want to use it for exactly the same price as it is from the main lobby. I've got to activate my human resources now, which is I desperately need to do. This is basically why I did this. So I'm going to take this person and send them on a mission to the west. Although, God, we're so far from any income spaces on the west. So, where are we? Income spaces on the east, maybe? No. The Midwest is probably still my best bet, even though I basically get nothing for it. So, I think I know where I'm going to move people. I think I know.
I think I will have an opportunity to... That space doesn't send anyone on missions, though. Oh, this game is like... What is going on?
It's just
all right.
Trying to break you down, Mike.
Over here.
It's trying to break you down.
That's more likely. Okay, so now I can do movement though, and this is really mostly what I wanted. So I'm still not sure I fully understand this board at all. Is this just endgame scoring?
Which board?
These housing project tabs.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I know they do something. I think that's what's written around the outside of them as well. I don't think we actually have to extend the tab to see what they do.
Right. I mean, you can't not extend it on BG8.
Yeah.
It happens automatically. I need to get some people over here into construction so I can build some stuff.
Well, I kind of feel like these are scoring conditions based on the amount of those kind of spaces we've got covered on the map, maybe?
I want to get some people over here to increase that. I can now take 3 more points of movement, but I've got 3 more after that. So I'm thinking maybe I activate this again. I don't think this is going to come up again in the next 6 turns, though. So I think I might send this person over here. I do want to do that again, though. I've got
We're not going to
3
be
more
able
points
to donate until at least another 2 turns either.
Oh, but could I put this person over? No, they won't activate until the end of the turn, though, so I can't put them in here and then use them immediately, which is kind of a bummer. But I kind of need to do this as well. So let's send this person
Actually,
over here, and then I've got 1 point left to send this person up here. And then I can go, and then I can confirm movement, take $0. And we go over here and activate this one, and we've got 3 points of movement. So we're going to send this person here, and this person in here too. Yeah.
it says on you that this is your first game. Thanks for helping me. Just put that out.
Actually, you know, I wonder if this person should be in here. That's minus 1 point of movement, so then I can move someone else 1 space. And
I've
am I
gone
gonna
sending
activate
from
these
outer
again,
space. Anyway.
maybe stick this person in here and just get even more of that going. Oh, I've got no money though. Sugar. Let's put them back in here. I can't stand these people up. Yeah, I need this. That's it. I need that for money.
I
no
need
money.
this.
I need this for money. I'm broke. God damn it. I'm broke.
Really need this quid.
I can't stand any of these people up because I can't afford it. This
it's
sucks.
because you have $1 to run a company.
I blew it. You can't run a company on $1. It's not possible.
I
God
may
damn it.
use
What an
human
idiot.
resources. Yay. I sound really excited about that.
Come on, Toby, get to
good.
work.
Come on, Toby.
Come on, what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Oh, no departments available.
That was it.
So select all.
I definitely should put one more person in that middle department. Damn it.
And now I get to do the fun bit. Oh, choices.
God.
Oh, choices.
5 rounds left, guys. I do like how this is escalating.
I'm trying to figure out what would be most advantageous for me right now. I tried to I just randomly talking to myself inside my head. I'm just like, right. So it's between management and research and development for me. I want to see what happens if we try and use a space with the track spin finished.
I did that. I just did that.
How's it?
It just activates the. I just did human resources. It activates the final space again.
So I would still be able to make a donation if I chose to use the management space.
Yeah. No, not the final space of the row, but the final space that's being covered up by the token, which is usually income and make a donation.
Okay. In which case, I am going to go for research and development to get my income. I didn't even think I had anything in the Midwest. I just gave it to you.
I do. And I get $1, Jonathan.
There you go.
$1. No, I get $3 apparently.
$3.
Why do I get $3? I don't understand how this works.
I think it's because you get $1 per something or other that you took your meatball from. There's written on your space somewhere. I'm sure of it. I may use research and development departments now. I may also spend 3. Where are we at?
Oh, is it all projects, maybe?
Insufficient, no.
Oh, okay. I will explain this to you guys at home in just a moment.
Yes, I have.
If you're as lost as I am.
I still need to do that. Nope. Okay, it's telling me I can't do anything. Again. Even if I've got 1 remaining.
You activated the department. Oh, one.
Yes.
You might not be able to do anything for. You could activate transport in the south, for example.
Oh, I forgot there was transport down south. We'll do that. Not that we need it.
Yeah.
It's just to save losing the point, really.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you can't save them. The only reason not to advance is if you want to gain the income from the space you're on. Eggers is like, I'm pretty much constantly lost. So basically, what happens when you gain income, and this is sort of what I was missing there. If we go in big on the board here, I can show you this one. I think that should come up reasonably well. Yeah. So you can see from the circle there that when you return someone to your board, this is what it's indicating in the bottom right of the circle on the far right, is that you gain the income on the transport space, and you gain that multiplied by the number of meeples you return to your company, plus the income from any of your project tabs anywhere on the board, multiplied by your projects. So the reason I got 3 for the Midwest is I returned 1 meeple from the Midwest, which is 1 times this $1 space, but I have 2 housing projects, or no, I have a commerce... What? No, I have 1 housing project here, and a commerce project here, but I haven't upgraded my commerce at all, so I get nothing for the commerce project, but I have upgraded my housing projects, so... Wait, no, what? Okay, I clearly don't fully understand this, but I must have got some income for these housing projects, even though they're not in the Midwest. I thought it was only buildings you built in the Midwest.
It might have something to do with our connections, maybe?
It's possibly, I don't know.
We will find out. It'll tell us in the end game scoring what we scored our points for, so...
Yeah, but it won't tell me what I gained income for during the game. So I still don't fully understand how this housing project tab works. Income. When constructing a project, the rightmost disc will move onto a project site on the map with a matching icon in a small city where this will reveal icons for money or goods or a new recruit. Okay, you can collect all visible rewards as income by returning at least 1 employee from a region during an event phase, regardless of where the project was built. That's okay. Alright, so I'm going to activate these 2 departments here. Get a whole bunch of study points to spend.
Yeah, that's where I messed up.
And I'm going to go...
But I think there's a point for every $5 I have at the end of the game as well, so hopefully that'll be the difference.
All the way to the end of this, a one-off $10 thing? I need money.
That's why I'm waiting for donation time. Because that's what my next turn, if you don't make me do it already, I'm going to be trying to gain money.
That costs 9. Why did that cost 9?
Which one?
Do I have a discount on this?
I think it's kind of semi-dependent on how far down the... is it
transport? Oh yeah, I have
or...
the telegraph operators gives me a discount on
okay.
On these train upgrades. I forgot about this. Aha, so I can jump all the way to the end and get the free money. Gimme, gimme, gimme.
No!
Oh, no, wait. I can still spend this $1 as well somewhere.
It says on my screen you got $14 now. You got your $10.
Yeah, $10. I will upgrade this. Insufficient study points. Okay. I can upgrade this, though.
This is why games shouldn't use dollars, because that accent just comes out every time.
Oh my god, did I just do that?
Did you do what?
Did I just reference South Park inappropriately? Oh dear.
I'm going to pretend that my reference was to the Goonies.
So now I can activate all of my people.
Shows my age.
Is it the Goonies? Alright, you must choose an action. Right. I still need people to move around, and I need people to go on missions. If I pick moving people around, I'm not going to be able to move anyone around. I kind of want to do construction, though, which is going to activate income from the south, where I don't have any income.
Yeah, no, I don't think I got any income. I think all my meeples are still in the lobbies right now. I'm just letting people sit around. It seems... What's happened to you?
Oh my god. Right, if I pick management, what do we get income for if I pick management? I can't see what's under the management tile.
I can't remember which one's the management tile.
Well, I'm not going to get income for... It doesn't matter what I pick, actually. Neither of us have any income on the board anyway.
Yeah. They're all just, like I said, they're all just lying around in the lobby, like, doing nothing. Someone should give human resources a call.
Yeah, right.
Get Toby
alright,
come
if
down
I
here,
wanna-
sort mate.
I want to build up these links. Is that worthwhile? I think I'm going to pick... Okay, and then these guys can go out on missions, actually, so I think this one's probably my best shout. Yeah. Ain't nobody getting any income. Womp, 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 womp. But now I can activate this board, and we can send these people out on missions, and I'm going to send one...
I've got construction.
to the west, I guess.
I need to figure out how much these goods cubes are worth at the end of the game.
So, and because I sent him to the west, I must build a construction in that region. So I guess I'm going in here to complete my link. I also get points for these, so that's good. Let's send...
Anybody want to place bets on who's going to win now?
This one to the Midwest. And then we're going to build another housing in Kansas City. Whoop, whoop. And now I've run out of people to do anything with. So I can end my turn and activate employees, but I have no one to activate. So it's Jonathan.
Yay, I get to turn $1 into a good.
Madam wins. Diff just says Madam wins.
Yay, as long as Madam wins, everyone's happy.
Yeah.
I may wake up with toes. So we need to do an action next, which... choices. What's going to happen here? I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do that, and then, yeah, okay. Let's conform. And then I may use management departments, at which point I will take... Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
Eggers, a lot of the endgame scoring is actually dependent on what you've unlocked. Like, Heggers has got your back, Jonathan. He reckons you're going to win this.
Does he? Does he really? Let's try and decide where to...
7 shiny points for free.
Yeah, but I'm seeing you with your transport, and I think that's going to, you know, make all the difference somehow.
Only if I complete, like, reasonable links, right? I don't know if we've got the time. So. There's only 3 rounds left.
That's what I mean. I was trying to think. I need to put them somewhere where they're going to get recalled for me to gain a bonus. That's all I was thinking. Let's have a look. We shall put another one in the Midwest and take another $6, allowing me to hopefully make a donation in the next time.
All right. You may use management departments. Right, yeah, so we can go out on missions here. So let's go...
$22.
Go into the spots that are going to give us money, right? So we'll get good cubes as well.
I think that's... Once again, this is sort of... I can see the way that the South, East, West, and Midwest are split up similar to the colours of dice in Black Angel as well. It sort of has a sort of... Like the green is associated to a certain action. The red... the yellow is associated with a certain action, and so is the other dice. I can't remember what colour it is. It's yellow, green, and something. But it seems to have that sort of... so like everything we do with that action equals money. Everything we do with that action equals goods. Do you know what I mean? A sort of coherency amongst the actual actions themselves. I'm really bad at describing games. Why do I even have a channel?
Apparently everything will give us income from the south. Does this cycle?
Say what?
If I click on human resources, it's like human resources and south income. Then I go down here, it's like south income / donation. And then down here, south income / donation. And we can't do the bottom one.
So the south is the reason we were building up these little tab things, it would seem.
I haven't even been to the south.
I reckon if we probably knew about Carnegie or whoever this guy was, we would know that he did something in the south meaningful and that we should probably head there, but we don't. So
I don't think so. I think actually what it's doing is maybe cycling these tabs at the end so that every time they're picked, Oh, when I hover over it, though, it says all players will have an opportunity to make a
Unless
donation
South,
and collect your income from the Midwest.
maybe the South is just an example in the explanation. Maybe.
But it's at the top of the board.
I
That doesn't make.
don't.
It's not making any sense to me. This
We need a rule.
situation.
We need to have both have read the rule book properly. I think.
Well, I'm just trying to think what I can do that's sort of most useful to me as we approach the end of the game here, because I don't really have the money to do anything super useful. I want to recall my people, but I think that even if I...
Well, you're gonna give me the same bonus if you do. Well, you're not. I'm gonna get $2 each. You're gonna get 2 VP each. If you recall from the Midwest, anyway.
Yeah, I'm thinking more about how I want to try and get some points here, but I don't think there's enough turns left, which is kind of a bummer, because I've only got one more turn after this.
I actually think you're winning.
I think I might be, but I'm not sure.
I think the transport and the recovery of the meatballs is a big opportunity for you, definitely.
Alright, well, I'm going to try and pick this, because even if I just get... Well, it's either this or it's research and development.
Whatever you do, you give me the same action anyway, so...
Yeah. Oh, I'm not really too... I'm not good enough at this stage to, like, try to deny what you need to do. I don't even know what you need to do. What I'm trying to work out is basically... I mean, maybe I should just take a research and development. What I wanted to do is maybe put another disc on the board, because I know that if I put another disc out on the board, I can get some points for it, and I could potentially get like another 5 points for putting a disc in the West, which I think at this stage is probably the best way to do it. What I don't know is if I get discs up on the end of this housing track, for example, do I just get those points at the end of the game? Is that what that is?
Yeah, I think that, so like, say for every housing space we covered up, if we'd got to the point where 1 victory point for every housing space we covered up, we get 1 point for it, maybe? That's my sort of guess at it.
Yeah, I'm really kind of at a loss on how this works.
And then the yellow icon below it, I'm assuming is its cost to actually, like, in the study points or whatever, to actually build it.
Yeah, that's the cost, right? But what I don't understand is, like, when we take the discs off this, we get points, right? But then how do the victory points at the end work? Are those... Because those aren't an income, right? Because they're in-game scoring.
No, that's why I think it means that while these discs are on the map,
I see how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So basically, what you need to do is you need to first upgrade it so you put the discs on it, and then you need to build the discs so they come off of it, because once you've taken the discs off of it, it stays out of the board. And then, every time you take income in the area with those discs, in the region with those discs, you gain the revealed points as income.
Do the discs come back?
No, you'll never bring the discs back. Okay. So, for example, if I took income in the Midwest, in the West, I would get the revealed spaces as income. So in this case, I'd get these 2 revealed housing spaces, so $1 or a person and $1, and that because I've got a housing project there, and I'd also gain the revealed commerce project. So in this case, $2 for commerce as well.
Okay, I think I get them.
Because those icons remain revealed. Okay, well, that's fine. I'm not going to get to do that. It's not kind of really important to what I'm doing anyway. And I'm definitely not going to finish my link to Chicago or whatever, because I just don't have enough discs and time to sort that out. Mainly because I can't get my workers onto the construction tile.
2 rounds. Yeah. And then we know who won.
But I don't have enough movement to get my workers onto the construction tile to build the discs.
That's a shame.
And I don't even have the discs. So I think probably my best bet is... I'm just trying to work out whether or not my best bet is to just double... Because I could spend my remaining 2 turns, essentially, to build a 5-point disc. Or I can just go all in on research and development and try to unlock these final spaces, which look like endgame scoring.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'll do.
Bidding, I get to confirm a donation now. Yay!
Oh yeah, you get a donation.
What does this one do? Oh no, I don't want to do that one.
Jonathan would have got a donation anyway. He's got the money for it.
Yeah, that's the reason I selected the action. To be fair,
I'm not denying him I couldn't have denied Jonathan the opportunity to get a donation because pretty much everything at this stage does that.
I may use research and development action departments, which for some reason it's not glowing at all, and hasn't given me a skip button. Oh, okay.
There we go. Bing, bing. All right. So now I can spend these. So what I can do is I can just kind of like, let's work out where can we do this one. How far can we get on this? So I've got $1 off. So that's 3, 6, 9, 15, and we could start getting towards earning points. We could do this one, and that's
how amazing would it be
6,
if we tied?
9, 14 to get 3 points. That would be awesome. Then we can find out what the tiebreaker is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. 3. Yeah, we can get all the way to the end of the commerce track, so we should probably just do that. Bing, 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 dong. Insufficient. We need a few more points to get to the end of that. So we've got 1 point left. I don't know if we can actually enhance any of these boards with it though.
The activation might kill you as well. We'll see.
No.
Shall see.
Can I do this? Oh, I can do that one. Okay, great. Confirm.
Confirm.
I can't activate anyone on the board because there's no one to activate, so just that turn.
Okay, I may activate a research. Research.
But you only have 3 research points, Jonathan. You're not,
no,
not a R&D company.
But if I increase the transport level in the Midwest to green, I will get extra points for my links, yes?
Only if you linked to something that is actually linkable. At the moment, we both have 1 link point, so none of us are getting any points for that.
Okay, well, I'm doing transport anyway, just because, you know, it was what I had. What I could do.
We gotta do what we can for the people.
Yeah. Now. Human resources, my friend. Do I do it? Do I risk giving you those VPs? But what have I got? Oh, that's the thing. I know what I'm doing. No, I don't. It's just the movement is gonna bug me. If I can't move something, it's gonna. We'll just try that. South income / donation. No. Okay, so we can donate on. I see. I get it now. So because we've used all the spaces up, it's all South income and donation.
Yeah, I don't know why they've all become like South income though.
Who knows?
I think that they might. Hey, if you check the human resources button, you can click on it without confirming it. But does it say South income still?
It just said West on. It's just corrected itself basically when I clicked the.
Okay, so I think actually the end spaces must cycle then, because it was South when I just activated. So I think it's cycled from South to West.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Maybe
it's impossible to see on this BGA.
It's just a BGA bug. Yeah.
We can.
I'm gonna
do have the rule book
again.
Up there
You may make a donation, mate.
First, I'm going to collect income just in case it gives me some money because I can't currently afford a donation. I'm going to get 2 from the West, please. Take 1 new employee or $1. Oh, money, please. I don't need.
See, now you're getting new meeples.
I've got loads. I had loads of new meeples. Yes, I have 4 points, Jonathan. Look at that.
Yeah,
before the end.
Points on the board. Right.
And I got. I also got $4, which is not enough to make a donation. With my $11.
What am I doing?
It's back to me now to do more R&D. Spend all the R&D points. This. No, wait. Actually, shit. Maybe I should be doing this. Because that's worth 4. And then this. And then you have insufficient study points. Well, how many do I have left?
None.
3. I guess this.
Yeah, I have insufficient study points or anything. I couldn't build any.
Confirm. Enter and activate peoples.
Oh, it's the last one.
It's the last one. I think it's... For me, I think the only thing that I can do is just more of this R&D.
Well, I haven't got enough meeples there. But, you know.
Which is now south income. Yeah, so it's cycled from west to south. I don't really know how these cycling on the endpoints work, but...
My bladder must hold on. That's what matters.
Dun 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 dun. Yes, use these things. Give me the points. Give me the final one of those. Points. Can we get more points on here, please? Please, please, please?
You're not allowed
points. Yes, confirm.
You're not allowed points. They're too dangerous for you. Just give them all to me.
You're not old enough to have points. Maybe when you're older, I'll explain to you how the points works.
Okay. Can I cancel that? Yes, I can. Okay. We're gonna go here. Oh no, I can't. God damn it. Okay. No departments available. Cool. Final scoring.
Oh, look at that. It's actually going through things and stuff is popping up. 3 points from project tab, 7 points from projects, 0 points for human rights, 6 points for education, 7 points for welfare. And the mic's on 6 for 9.
Oh, look at that.
What did I totally missed where all of these points came from. Oh, fortunately, it does actually. Points earned during the game, 0 and 4. Well, we weren't good at that. I
am now going to take that comfort break I meant to do.
Yeah, I'm going to take a comfort break too, guys. We'll be right back in a moment to do some final thoughts on the game, I think. So enjoy the music, and we'll be right back, and we'll just talk about what we thought and whether you should get involved in this on Kickstarter, unless you've already made up your mind about that, in which case, cool.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I definitely didn't win. That's definitely not a winning situation for the Hexy Beast today. Yeah, I actually lost a lot worse this time than I did against the Automa. I actually managed to get like 54 points against the Automa. So it's still pretty obvious that I have no idea how to play this game. Cheers, Haggis. We just gotta wait for Mike to come back now, isn't it? So we can tell you about it. Ugh. Was it entertaining though? That's what matters. Did you enjoy watching me lose terribly? Oh, he's coming back. I think I can hear him. Right, everybody cheer when he gets here, okay? Yeah, I think once I've played it a few more times, it's definitely going to be a little bit more of a I know what I'm doing situation. It was the same with Black Angel for me, to be honest.
Hello.
Welcome back to the Hexy Show.
Go back to the Hexy IB show. Are you just telling them all to go subscribe to the Hexy Beast on YouTube?
No, I wasn't actually, but they can if they want to. I'm not going to force anyone. You know, it would help. I'm just over 500 now. Yeah.
Oh, congratulations!
Getting somewhere. I'm actually starting to get somewhere. People actually watch me now, Mike.
That's awesome, dude.
It is weird though, isn't it? Because you sort of see it grow gradually, and like I remember at the start, yeah, I told them to cheer when you got back.
Yeah, woo! Thanks, guys. Oh, I'm so touched.
So, what do you think of this game then, Meg?
Right. So I was just having a look at where the final scoring points were coming from there, actually. But also, so I think that there's a lot of stuff in here that I like. I really like when games have mechanisms that allow you to choose endgame scoring conditions. So in this case, we're buying the slots on the social boards. I like that. I really like when you can do action selection by building action boards. So I like that there's a marketplace for departments. That's really cool. I like replayability in terms of the timeline and the randomization of the timeline tiles. I like the puzzle of moving people around the board. I really messed it up in the late game and it really limited my options. And that felt good because I felt responsible for making that mistake.
Same in my lobby.
I thought that I wasn't I like the player interaction, but there was definitely this situation at the end where the R&D was like super productive for me because I had 14 points of R&D to your 3.
Yeah.
And it just felt like at the end I was trying to work out how I could get some more discs out in the West because each one was
How many points did you win by? Let's try and actually work out at which point, because you won, but you pretty much doubled my score.
I had 48 more than you.
Yeah,
it's more than double.
So like,
but...
yeah, more than double. I was trying to think. So if we take 2 14s, that's 28. So now we've got to find 20 points from somewhere, right?
So I got my most points actually for the projects tab, which was the R&D stuff, the tabs that I extended out of the side of my board, because the end game. So the projects tabs for me was the most elusive and complex concept. The way it works essentially is that you have to do, and if you think about it in a thematic sense, it actually makes a lot more sense. What you're doing is you're investing the R&D into these 4 different areas, and that allows you to then build the projects, i.e. put out the discs, onto the board. And when you get income by bringing back your meeples from the project areas, your income is enhanced by the progress you've made on the research boards. So essentially, the income you gain from the discs in the cities is improved by the amount of R&D you've put into the research project boards, the amount you've expanded them, plus the number of the discs you've built off of those boards. It is quite a complex thing to get your head around, and until I saw it, I mean, when we started this, we didn't really understand it. And then by the end of it, I'd only just begun to understand it.
Yeah, it was about turn 18 for me.
Yeah, so what we probably should have been doing that at the beginning, but we wound up just doing it at the end. And that's because I noticed so you can see here on my project boards, for example, that the end game scoring points are all on the far left, which means that you don't start to get those. All the initial ones are all the income. So you probably want to pace it in such a way that you get the initial ones early on, and then you can get that income over the course of the game and then start to unlock the back end of the boards towards the end of the game. However, the thing is that, if you want to continue to get the study points to unlock these boards, you need to keep your people in the R&D departments. So you can see I've got 4 of these meeples giving me a passive R&D bonus every time we do this action, which are the guys in the very bottom right department and the guys in the middle left department as well. The thing is that they're locked in there now forever. And there was a point around the middle of the game where I was running out of meeples to go out and do things, because those guys in R&D never go out into active missions on the board, so they can't generate income in the board. And so these kinds of decisions that you're making, I think, are really interesting, but it can lead to what felt like a little bit of an anticlimactic end game, where I had one action that was just way more powerful than what Jonathan had done, because he only gets 3 points of study points on R&D, where I had 14. So it just made sense for me to just hammer that action over and over again and basically screw Jonathan over. I
think I wasted all my study points doing those like tucked underneath sort of sections at the top, where I should have been spending them on more sort of like transport stuff. I think that's why I think I went wrong.
So I think that it depends, right? Because I was upgrading the transport during the game with the hopes of improving my income from pulling the meeples back from missions. And that does make sense. That does work. But it doesn't actually get you any end-game scoring. I mean, if you get to the end of the tracks, you can get some during the game scoring, which is... There's very limited opportunities for that. Almost all, like you saw, there's only 4 points here.
If you look at the amount of times we actually record meeples throughout the game, and pretty much the whole game, all my rewards were just $2 or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could have really...
Yeah, you could have definitely done with improving some of that transport. I think that with recalling the people from the missions, it's almost kind of like we thought initially we were going to be getting the bulk of our income from pulling those people back. But actually, if you really want to get a decent income from those people, first you need to do R&D. So really, the best thing to do at the start of the game is to get R&D going. Yeah, so you can extend some of those project tabs and enhance some of those transport tabs and set up your meeples on those missions to get the resources, the money and the cubes to put out the discs and sort of exponentially increase the value of those opportunities.
In my opinion, it's definitely a lot heavier than Black Angel. It seems a little less streamlined, a bit more Euro-y, a little less sort of... It's not so much designed to be easy to do, but it gives you lots of things to move around, if that makes sense. It's got a lot of more moving parts.
Yes, it's got a lot of moving parts. I mean, I basically wasn't paying a whole lot of attention to what you were doing. And at the end of the game, unless you were matching me 14 for 14 on R&D, I would probably be doing that. Even if you had 10, I'd probably still be doing R&D because the 4-point difference would have made it worth it to me. I think the only way I would have not done R&D is if we were both on 14. And even then, I might still have done it if I had more progress on the project tabs than you.
There were some times around round 15 as well where I was tempted to use more of the human resources actions to just move my meeples into more advantageous spots on my own company board. Because if you look at the way I only literally had 4 spaces to use by the end of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think the game can be quite unforgiving because what I did was I pulled a bunch of meeples off of the human resources tab, and like I pointed out at some point during the stream, you have one meeple that you can't move off of that tab, because if you don't have any one on human resources, you can't move any meeples, and then you actually hit an unrecoverable position. But having just one meeple on human resources, I think, is actually really terrible. And I'd kind of gotten around it by having the second human resources department that let me send a meeple on a mission to get 8 points of movement, and anything I don't use is converted into money, which is great. But the thing is, it meant that I always wanted to use 3 points of that to move another meeple onto that department, so that the next time human resources came around, I would have an active meeple there to use it again. But as we saw during the game, there was a point where I didn't have an inactive meeple in the lobby to move on to that tab, or I just had something else that I kind of needed to do more. And that meant that my next human resources, I was going to have 3 points of movement, and it just meant at the end of the game I had almost no worthwhile options. So in that sense, it's quite unforgiving.
Ramp up or at the end, I think. I think it needs something that happens towards end game, I think, would really... Just so I can imagine there's going to be a lot of the cases just sort of the end's just going to peter out like it did there, where we're just repeating the last couple of actions the same.
I do think you were very limited in the sense that you didn't unlock any of your 5 additional people.
I didn't. And I also ended the game with 5 of them in the lobby.
6, actually.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You're a bunch of layabouts in your company, man.
That's his personal lobby. He's one of my most valuable employees.
Yeah, when someone comes into the new lobby that you built, they're greeted by 4 concierges. They feel spectacular.
Welcome to Hexy headquarters. This is your lobby.
So, I mean, I wound up with 5 people in the lobby too, and I think we both got into that position because we only had 1 person in human resources, so it felt like that was an unproductive action.
I think if we knew what we was doing, it would be a very different game.
Yeah, I mean, playing this, and I think that's a good sign, right? Playing this again, I'm excited to try it again and see what I could do differently, right?
Let's do it now. No joking.
Rematch right now. But I demand a rematch right now. But I don't know, if they leave this up on BGA, I'd certainly be pleased to play it again, and maybe we can get... I know Chris really wanted to play it as well. Of course, the Kickstarter campaign for this ends tomorrow evening, so if you do want to get involved, then you do have to make that decision right now.
So is it coming to retail, do you reckon?
It will also come to retail, but I would point out that Quind Games, they do these really luxurious deluxe copies. So you can actually back this at both the deluxe and retail level on the campaign. So if you've not made up your mind yet, you will be able to get the retail edition at retail. But the deluxe edition is, I think, only 10 or 15 euros more, and they do make nice deluxe editions.
Lots of nice extra stuff.
Yes. I don't know. I don't think there are any gameplay exclusive. So all of the deluxification
like the discs or something. Bits. Yeah, I imagine. Yeah. I imagine like little houses instead of discs or something. Silly like that. I haven't looked at it myself. Ralph. Don't take me.
Yeah, we had a quick look at it on the stream, and my ultimate conclusion was I wasn't sure if I was going to back it. I don't think I would I think this is an interesting one. I think that I'm probably going to back it because I quite like the breadth of the I think this is a very chilled out one. You know, even though it can be quite competitive, because people are almost always going to be choosing what's best for them and what's worst for you. You can't really blame them for that. So it's not like very aggressive, even though it is quite there's quite competitive interactions. And I think that I think there's a little bit of planning ruthlessness, but I don't mind that because I feel responsible. The one thing
I'm definitely looking forward to playing more of the solo mode against that Andrew bot as well, for sure, just to get better at the game.
Yeah, did you think the solo mode was interesting?
It was quicker. Yeah, like I said, that was my first game, and I was just bumbling through doing whatever PGA told me to. So it wasn't really, I wasn't playing with strategy, but I actually scored twice as good as I did this time. So I definitely forgot something between, or something didn't click.
Oh, I'm just. Did I beat Andrew Bot? How many points did he have?
Andrew Bot had 103.
God damn it! Well, then I've still got some ways to go as well.
But yeah, but that gives that bot gaining those points gives me an idea of how good I need to be, which was like.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think, I think exactly. We've got something to work towards. I mean, I'm not always sure how I feel about solo games, but you're the expert here, Jonathan. I'm not solo games where I'm trying to beat a score or just kind of hit a mark.
See, I'm generally okay with it as long as the score isn't set and it's set throughout the game, similar to the way Wingspan will get points on cards it picks up, or say in Black Angel, and this probably, it sort of like moves a point threshold forward for you. So it's always, so the score is different each time you play, as opposed to it just being beat the score, if you know what I mean.
Right. So what you're saying is there's a sort of an Andrew Bot scale or something?
Well, because he can score points generally, can't he? He's going to be doing actions himself to score the points, as opposed to it saying in the rulebook, if you scored between 100 and 120 points, you are a master company man.
Oh, okay. So
whatever, yeah.
So Andrew Bot will be picking up the social things as well to try and
score. So he'll be scoring his own points, as opposed to you just having an arbitrary score value to beat.
I mean, they have it's in.
So you can deny him and stuff.
You're trying to get an arbitrary score value, but that's such a compelling puzzle. I didn't mind it, but generally speaking, I think they have to work harder when you do have that threshold, and to sort of make it interesting. But I do think like that. There, like you said, the game doesn't escalate. The only way the game escalates well is if you know what you're doing, because you have to unlock more people, and then you have to make sure you have the human resources to make use of those people and things like that. So our game, to an extent, de-escalated, and the only reason it felt at all like it escalated to me was because we just kept doing R&D at the end, which had significantly improved. If we'd done anything else, I would have felt like I was doing less at the end than I was at the start.
That's right. There was a point where I was just tempted to like try and gather my meeples back and move them into the money space and etc. to try and like get you that way. But then I realized that it just wasn't enough turns left to do it. Yeah. Something I would have seen a couple of turns earlier would have really.
And I think the thing is, like, if we'd understood how the project tabs work fully, we might have actually had a more contentious route building thing at the end. Like, you could have always have taken Salt Lake City, which is the spot between Denver and San Francisco that I missed, and then I would have had to go around if I wanted to complete that link, which I was hoping to go through to Chicago on. And I was just like sort of 2 or 3 turns off of completing the link through to Chicago, because I just needed one in Chicago and Salt Lake City to do it, and then that would have been worth. I mean, it only would have been worth 9 points, but that's still 9 points, right? Well, plus I would have had an extra disc in Chicago, which is 3 points on it. And the disc in Salt Lake City is worth 2 because of my endgame scoring condition in health. But the point is that, we were just a bit behind, and I think a lot of the benefits for pulling your meeples back and gaining income come from the project tabs, which we didn't even start to realize till the end of the game. So I think that's the one thing that's sort of a double-edged sword, right? Because I like that there's scope here to learn these lessons and do better in the future. But it also means that there's going to be a learning curve for new people coming into the game. Like, the next time I play, I'll do significantly better. But I will have to give people a heads up, like, make sure you look at the R&D first, because these are linked to the income.
Yeah, it comes with a few caveats. Like, it's...
Yeah, I'm going to have to say, make sure you look at these things. Like, because I don't want to over-explain things like that, because I feel like I railroad people into strategies. But I don't want also to not explain those things, and then people make some mistakes, like, up front, and then they're just screwed for the whole game because of it.
I will say, similar with Black Angel, it took me about 10 games before I actually knew what I was doing and was able to actually make use of those actions in an efficient way. So I got a feeling I'm gonna have the same sort of learning curve with this game as well as I play it more. I think once I'm in double figures, my scores will generally be above 100. If you know what I mean, they're gonna be. I'm gonna learn what's best for that game and where the money is, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, 100%.
So, that's pretty much all I've got to say about it. I can't really think of anything else. I don't think it's as pretty as Black Angel. They're both Ian O'Toole, so you know.
I mean, this is very Ian O'Toole artwork. It's a good. Once again, I feel like the iconography on this. Once I sort of understood how things were sort of functioning, the iconography I thought was great. Now I'm looking at it, I understand what everything means. I think it will come back to me.
It's now that when I look at it, I'm going, so that's what that action does. After we finished, I'm looking at the board, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I bet now I'm going to look over here at these buildings in the marketplace, and I'm going to be like, oh, that's great. Oh, that's great. What's this?
Yeah, because we're going to have a sense of context. Do you know what I mean? We're going to know what they're useful for,
Oh, look at this. You send someone on a mission and then receive 1 VP for every 2 active employees in your company. That's great.
Yeah, and none of us thought to buy it. We're too busy competing over the blue ones. Just leave that one there.
Yeah.
It's ooh, shiny.
All these departments. Although I will notice that the department I bought from training and partnerships did have a duplicate underneath. So maybe they are... I think the blue ones might be distinct, and the beige ones might be
both got a lobby
similar.
though, didn't we? Oh no. Yeah,
no, there was only one lobby. I don't know if the one under property management is... I don't know if this is 2 copies of property management.
Ah, I see. It could be.
All the ones we bought up, I think, were solo editions. But I reckon you'll probably...
Good game.
Hey, cumulatively, we beat Andrew.
Yeah. I enjoyed it either way, though. I say I liked it. There was a lot of confusion, but I think I definitely... If somebody said to me, do you want a game of Carnegie? I'd be like, yeah, all right. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
I do.
That's what I mean. It's it's sort of a reasonable... There's a lot going on. It's a reasonably compelling puzzle. I think that I'm a bit of a sucker for this kind of thing, so I'm definitely... I think more into this kind of thing, because for me this has a nice balance of player interaction and puzzle solving and sort of optimization. My criticisms here are that I think that if you don't know what you're doing, there's a chance you'll just get into a position where you're really in trouble and you don't have the time to recover, and towards the end of the game you might be stuck taking a bunch of useless actions while people who know what they're doing are taking really good actions over and over again.
You're saying it can feel bad for the player left behind, basically.
Very demoralizing, yeah. I think it really runs the risk of that. I also think that it may well feel like, because the actions don't really change throughout the whole game, you might just feel like you're doing the same actions over and over again, just trying to get out points. And thematically, I like the way the company boards came together.
Yeah,
I really like actually...
and booms and...
Yeah, I like the actual physical representation of the company and building the departments. I like the project tabs now that I understand them and how they relate to R&D. I like that. I like how the research and development also feeds into the transport. So the idea is you've got more you can gain income from your sort of physical empire more productively if you upgrade transport. That all makes sense to me. The one thing that doesn't really make sense to me is, I mean, it kind of makes sense to a degree, is that all the endgame scoring comes from either connecting up the country or from the social endeavors. So, you know, basically it's saying, like, at the end of the day, if you don't donate to these social endeavors, then, you know, nothing you're doing is worthwhile, right?
It's like it gives you lots of options, but then says, here's the 2 best ones. Basically. Sort of. It's like sort of how I take from those social interactions, for example. Because you can put things out on them, like a lot of the spaces are blocked for us in this game, but like the bonuses we gain from them are kind of dependent on how we play the rest of the game as well. So it's sort of, even though it's kind of saying, yeah, you want connections and you want these, but there's ways to get there, if that makes sense. It's getting late for me, man. My descriptions are going out the window. But it's sort of like, to me, it feels like it kind of forces you into those 2 actions because of the way they're so high scoring.
But I think that's, I mean, I get what you're saying. I think that because pretty much all I got a reasonable chunk of points for the project tabs. I got 18 points for that. But the majority of my points came from, what did I get for the social boards? I got 20, 26, 35.
You bought a spot I wanted, you did. I wanted that spot. I think I haven't got the scores up anymore, let me. No,
yeah, I got 12 points for that, and I think you would have had 12 points for it as well if you'd managed to grab it. And that could have been a nice swing in your favor. But the point is, I got 35 points, which is not even half my score, actually.
Which is all of my score.
But I got well, I think so. You got 13. You got 20 points, which is more than half your score. I got a big chunk from the project tabs, and then I got a small amount of points from my departments. It says here I got points from my active employees. I don't really understand what that means. Is that something I bought?
The ones that are standing up by the end of the game, basically.
Are they just worth points normally?
Yeah, they're worth points on their own, just for being stood up.
Fair enough. So I got 6 points for that, and I have 6 of them, so they're worth a point each as well.
So because we left all our workers in the lobby, they're not active. So that's 5 points we both lost out on just by not having them on the board.
Yeah. But I think I would have liked to see sort of a bit more game mechanisms associated with the social endeavors rather than just being
here's your little reward for the end of the game.
Yeah, it's just a menu for end game scoring conditions that you buy. So thematically, it could have been anything. It doesn't really make sense for it to be these things. Although I guess they're kind of making a statement by making it that, which is cool because I approve of the statement. You know, investing in social welfare is a good thing, right? Yeah. Like, I think, you'll probably find a lot of people that disagree with us on that, but we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about those people. Yeah. The point is, we think it's a good
political show.
Yeah, exactly.
I will say, out of the 2 games, I still prefer Black Angel better. But I have a bit of nostalgia for that game, as well as the fact that I know it well at this point. But I just think visually it's more appealing to me. I feel the gameplay is a bit more streamlined, and in general, it just sort of seems a little bit more accessible. If that makes sense. I can stop saying that as well. It always makes sense, you know? Stop asking.
So I'm just having a look here on BGG for a picture of Black Angel, so we can have a quick look and see how it sort of looks visually.
See, Ralph said about Nemo's War, and I can see why he's on about the score ranges, and that's a game where I accept it. Okay, so I'm just putting that out there. I accept score ranges in Nemo's War because it's one of my favorites, and I just said I hate score ranges, and then someone pointed out one of my favorite games with score ranges. So yeah. See, look at that. Just look at it.
I mean, it looks a lot more vibrant, but
so basically the way Black Angel works is
it's very confusing to me.
You've got bots in the middle of that one board, which is basically represents the ship itself, and then you've got what was our action board, which is now the map board ahead of us. So you would send bots out based on the numerical value of the dice. So there's 6 actions around the shipboard, right? I'm not going to explain the whole game. One action in each section based on the color, which is gray, green, and yellow, is the same action, which is basically to play a mission of that color, which is what the cards are on the map. You play the cards. Then you have your tech board down, which there's 4 of them on the screen right now. That tech tiles are basically how our company board works, but the tiles slide in from the sides and push the other tiles into the bonus scoring spaces. And then you have the cards that are tucked underneath, which are activations on that row. So you would do the action on every tile in that row. Every green action, for example, in the top row for the one of them, and etc. So I just see a lot of... Mechanically, they're actually quite similar games. Like, there's certain things... You can definitely see that this is the company board. This is the action selection board. And this here in the middle is like the equivalent of the main like area board in Carnegie, if you know what I mean. There's definitely a lot of DNA that they've gone between them in my head. But that's because I've played a lot of Black Angel. But I do like Black Angel. It is one of my favorites. But this is about Carnegie. Am I saying it wrong? Is it Carnegie or Carnegie or?
Well, actually, so the Americans say Carnegie and the Scottish say Carnegie.
Okay, so I'm wrong on both accounts.
Yes, that's fine. So I'm just looking here. Actually, I just brought up the Carnegie, the Kickstarter campaign. It looks like there isn't a retail copy. I think I was thinking of Darwin's Journey. So you can get the deluxe edition for €65, which I think is going to retail for €100. Which leads me to believe that there will be eventually a non-deluxified retail version of this. Okay. But it's €65, so 60 British pounds if you want to get involved with this now.
As Kickstarter goes, it's pretty cheap then. It's not like
I mean, it's not. I mean, you know, it's definitely sort of an elevated price for a board game.
It's 3 copies of the game. I was going to say, God, 185 for what?
Yeah. So there isn't multiple versions of this, right? It's just the one thing. It's not like those big fancy Kickstarters where there's a bunch of everything. What else? I was going to say something else there about Black. Oh yeah, I wanted to check how much Black Angel was. Bear with me.
Yes, Black Angel is about the same price at retail. I think about 60. I know I paid 60, but that was technically before release. But it was a Kickstarter ordered through a store, so.
So it looks like if you're paying RRP, you're probably looking at around 60 British pounds. Mm-hmm. If you find it online for less, you're looking in the region of 45, 46 pounds.
Oh, so such a good game.
it is about 15 pounds cheaper.
And it's available now.
Right now.
Yeah.
So it's really up to you, I suppose, what you want to do. But for me, I don't have Black Angel, but I'll probably be back in Carnegie because I know how to play it.
Well, you can always play Black Angel with me at some point. It's fine. I can find you at a convention or something when all this COVID buggers off. Carrying a box of a Black Angel on my back.
That sounds fun.
I'll be like, "Where's Mike Dennis?"
Play this now. I'll be like, "No, you have to tell me how to play because if it's like Carnegie, then you'll beat me because you know how to play and I don't."
Prioritize tech that gets you score for debris. That is rule number 1 of Black Angel.
There you go. For once, we have a pro tip on Ready Steady Play. It's very rare that happens.
It's the only time you can score for debris in the whole game, and it's worth 2 points a cube. So, yeah, enough about Black Angel.
Well, I think with that pro tip, I think that's going to do it for the stream, everybody. But I hope we've given you some valuable insight. I've shown you. I hope we've sort of roughly explained how to play Carnegie over the course of the last 2 hours. Then you've got some idea about whether you want to get involved. 15 hours to go, so there's still time, and you'll get a big old discount on that deluxified edition at the end if you're so inclined. Otherwise, I hope you just have a nice time.
I'm so tempted to order it myself.
I'm pretty sure I've already got it on order, and I was just debating whether to cancel it, but I'll have to check to make sure. But bye for now, everybody. Have a wonderful night if you are here in Europe with us, and have a brilliant day if you are with Ralph in Singapore. Oh, and thank you so much to all my wonderful supporters on Patreon who make all of this wonderful stuff happen. And we'll be back for more wonderful stuff very shortly. I think the next stream will be Wednesday again. Probably more Bloodborne. See you there.